the things me come fi talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worried me. Talk the things me come fi talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them not like me. Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. You no business, me no care if them screw face. Wow! Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worried. They hear me fun too much, too much. Whoa! Them not like me not like them. Them not rate me. Me and them no friend. Me don't see you care the whole of them are eating. Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. You hear? Talk the things me.
One thing I desire, plenty money, let the Henny take me higher. One thing I desire, a peace of mind, another rum to cool my temper, to cool my temper. It's your girl Kaya, singer-songwriter from Guyana, and whenever I need to listen to all the latest news, updates, gossips, anything, I listen to Let's Talk the Ting TV. Everything surrounding Guyana in the diaspora, all the latest news and everything, I don't miss it. So y'all don't miss it either. Big up yourself, Let's Talk the Ting TV. It's where it's at.
Brooklyn, New York, Wagwan is all about Miss Spotlight Zalima presents the return of royalty. Yes, the return of royalty.
And she's royal.
Saturday the 31st of May, our road leads to Club 718, that's 922 Remsen Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to all the royal women and all the royal men. Mark this down on your calendars, you cannot miss this one. Admission tickets is only $30. Make sure you get there early. Music provided by Natty Samuels, DJ Neville, Superlex, Unity Family and Selector Fry. Remember, it's all about the return of royalty. Saturday the 31st of May 2025. Miss Spotlight Zalima, we doing it again.
Give thanks, me alive, yeah, the blessing does a flow upon me.
In the building, in the building, in the building. Wagwan, wagwan, wagwan. We up in the building. You know what it is. It's how to do it. Welcome back to the show, people. It's the next edition of Let's Start the Things Talk Show. You know, it is episode 8. Yeah, Justice for Adriana. And we got so much to talk about today, definitely. So, guys, you definitely know what it is. When you check in, soon as you check in, hit the like button. You know what it is. Once again, guys, if you are interested in advertising your business, advertising your party, advertising anything that you need to advertise, definitely come aboard with FF Vibes Radio and come aboard with Let's Start the Things TV. Like I said, FF Vibes Radio, or should we say, Let's Start the Things TV is powered by FF Vibes Radio. That's a sponsor for the show, definitely. And you know, we rocking with them is one company, one team. I'm the owner, I'm the CEO for FF Vibes Radio. So like I said, guys, if you're interested, you got anything coming up, your birthday, whatever you need it to be advertised, come aboard with Let's Start the Things TV and FF Vibes Radio. You know how we're doing it around here, all right? Once again, shout out to all those persons who be donating. I want to shout out to the anonymous donator yesterday. Yes, or day before yesterday. Yeah, she said keep it anonymous, $500 cash app donation. So you know we thank you for that. Definitely thanks to everybody that donated, and we appreciate it. Like I said, your donation is to help the channel grow, help the channel be better. Right? So when you donate, you know what it is. So we got so much to talk about. Also, I gotta let you know that definitely we got some great news. I'm gonna let the I'm gonna let the cat out the bag right now. You know what I mean? Definitely, we got some great news. I'm definitely gonna get in contact with the family for Adriana soon. So you don't know. We're gonna be balling, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna be balling. Straight up, let me put on my glasses because you know, I little blind. A little. Not too much. But nevertheless, man, yes, I got a link that is setting up. This link with me and the mother and the father soon. So we're gonna let you know what's going on. We're gonna definitely have a live interview with them to hear what's going on. Like I said, you know how I doing it from I keeping it real with this whole case. You know, I'm gonna be getting access to certain things that certain people don't or won't be getting access. Cause you know how it is. Real guy and these things. It's just saying go, you know what I mean? So once again, big up to all the nurses, the doctors, all those persons who's at work, those persons who are working from home. You know what it is. Definitely all our subscribers in the US of A. Shout out to all our subscribers from Trinidad, Barbados, the Caribbean. You know what it is, or go home, Guyana. Big up yourself. You know what I mean? It's the countdown. My birthday is Monday, guys. So you know I'm gonna be live Monday. Although it's my birthday, I ain't know as yet, but I think I'm gonna be live because I tell my wife I think I'm doing nothing. Because what happened is that I already make up my mind. I already scheduled. Vibes Cartel is going to be in Atlanta on the 11th of June. So that's going to be my little birthday hangout. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to go and see Vibes Cartel for the first time since he came out. So you know what it is at the end of the day. But Monday, my birthday, I might just do a little hang in the afternoon. So I'm going to come early, shell down the place with my peeps them. And you know what it is, all right? So like I say, big up to everybody upon the ones and threes. I got this video here for us to run into. As you see, the President Ali accused of Double D. All right, so you guys see what's up. We're gonna jump into this video quick and fast. It's Saturday. We got 261 persons on the check-in. Come on, guys, like up the live. We got so much to run through. Yesterday they had, or I think it's yesterday, or it's yesterday. Yeah, they had a Topsy. We should say live, whereby they had some pathologist was live with Adriana's lawyer. And they was talking about the whole autopsy and 1-1, these kind of things. So we're going to be bringing that to you, definitely for you to know what's going on also. And we got some more thing to touch on today, definitely. Because, you know, Adriana, grandmother is getting bashed right now, saying that she may be having something to do with Adriana's death also. I don't know why they're bringing this woman name into that. But we got that to share with you. Also, we got to share with you whereby the family members saying that, you know, it's a lot of wrongdoing going on, especially with this GoFundMe also, that people that say that the GoFundMe thing that, you know, the GoFundMe look like is fake. So we got that today with you also today. So you know what's up, guys. Make sure you like up the live. Let's jump into this video and kick off the show quick and fast. Definitely, guys, you know what it is. Shout out to everybody that been sending me all heap of stuff. I appreciate it, guys. I think about creating a group. Let's start the thing WhatsApp group, but this group that I'm going to be creating, you're going to have to provide your information, not no money information, but your information, you know what I mean? Because this group that I'm thinking about creating, we got to make sure we know that it's real people and coming in this group. I'm going to be adding to the group, not any and anybody's going to be adding to the group. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. If you guys think it's a good idea, let me know. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know what it is, all right? Yeah. And once again, I want to say shout out to everybody. Ebola, shout out to you. Elise, big up yourself in the building. Jeffrey, big up yourself in the building. Definitely on the check-in. Mark Brown, big up yourself in the building. Charlene, gotta say good afternoon to you in the building. Ferniz, big up yourself in the building also. Gavin, shout out to you. AB in the building. Shout out to you, man. Sweet Pops, big up to you also in the building. Everybody that checking in the building. Let's jump into this video quick and fast. Let's hear what's going on. And then we're going to jump into the autopsy live. As we go down into the show, we're going to open the lines in like an hour time from now. You know what I mean? Like in a 1 hour time, then we're going to open the phone lines. And definitely, you know what it is wrong here. Like I said, you know, we fighting for Adriana. Don't matter what it is, don't matter what's the cost. We're not going to be putting no stop or breaks up on this. So a lot of persons out there that definitely think that, you know what I mean, we're going to be stopping or we're going to be easing. No, none of that ain't happening. We're going hard every day. Remember, Izzy, man, I will crack the case over here. So So tell everybody that fire feelings. Let's start the things. Crack the case. We don't know what's going on. All we waiting for now is the autopsy. You know what I mean? This is all. And we good to go. But so far, we know that we know who and who was involved. I share it to you guys. We saw everything. So we know what went down. We don't have to be these kind of crime investigators and all these things. It's simple. So, you know the thing already. I feel good that we did that over here. And I got to give gratitude and love to you guys that helped me with all of the information you guys sent me. Shout out to Matt Lock. Perry Mason, because you know he's Matt Lock. Yeah. So big up Perry Mason and all the rest of fellas them that always is call and say, yo, fire feelings, this is this or this is that. You know, just enlighten me, because every day we learn something. So I never think I know everything. You understand? I'm always open to learn every day. That's me. And the next thing I want to say, I'm a dude that definitely go against injustice. You know what I mean? I don't side with injustice, whether it's abuse, whether it's mental, physically abuse, whether it's anything, robbing people, doing any harm to people. I definitely don't condone in that. I try to be real as it is. I'm a funny guy. I love to make joke. I'm a very lovable person. I tell everybody, yo, I love you. I love because guess you know Chronicle, I got a song. It's if you could get one more day for tell your friend he love you, you know what I mean? That's why he tell everybody, yo, I love you. Nothing wrong, no funny thing or nothing. You know, it's just love. We got to spread love. And this is what we got to spread, because there's so much hate in the world. So much hate in the world that we don't even spread love as much as we're supposed to spread love. So love is it at the end of the day. That's why a day like today I'm here. And like I said, I was put on this earth for do this. Talk equal rights, speak equal rights and justice. That's how my thing go. I'm not a one-sided person. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You understand? And that's how it is. If I wrong, I hold my composure. But if I'm right, I fight back like a soldier. You hear though? If I wrong, I hold me composure, because I got common sense I wrong. But if I'm right, I fight back like a soldier. So this is how my thing is go. You know what I mean? You got to acknowledge that they got sometimes we do wrong things in life. None of we ain't perfect. Nobody is not perfect. But at the end of the day, you must accept that we right and we wrong. You know what I mean? Nobody ain't perfect. All we got skeletons in the closet is who got so much skeleton till the closet can't hold the skeleton no more in the closet, but so open with all your skeletons. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? All we got with little ups and downs, all we had with little in and out, all we do with little craziness and acknowledge that, yo, yeah, you know what I mean? We do strumming, it's time to be over, wherever it is. But at the end of the day, just be you. Be real. You know what I mean? It is always keep it. So big up to everybody that been calling my phone saying, yo, we love the work that you're doing. We love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. I'm telling you guys, you ain't gaslighting me. Y'all energizing me. Y'all energizing me for keep going and going. And my channel, you understand, my community is mixed up with so much people, not only Guyanese, but people from all around the Caribbean and around the world. You know what I mean? I got pastors on my channel. I got lawyers on my channel. I got doctors. Come on. There's so much people on here that is feel comfortable with the you know what I mean, the credible source and the credible information that I bring to you guys. Cause like I said, you know what I mean? We don't fake the thing. We keep it real. We don't bring faction. I keep it real. If I know it's wrong, it's wrong. I pinpoint on every little thing. Because this is how the thing's set up. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate everybody out there, everybody that tune in, everybody that subscribe to my channel. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I ain't going to tell no lie. It's not a day I just want to come and stay up on live whole day sometime. But you know I got things to do. You know what I mean? So once again, big up to everybody that is empowering me, that is energizing me to go harder and keep doing the good work. Love you guys. Let's jump into this video now. Kick off the ball game. You know how it go already. Let's start the thing, Stevie. All right? Let's get this.
Family of the late ADRIANA Young has accused the president of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali, of double standards, following statement that he would not tolerate the blocking of roads during recent protests. The grieving family did not hold back, calling the president a thug and a scrape, strong accusations which he has since denied. claiming he was not even present during the events. Let's roll the tape and hear both sides.
so peacefully and but blocking the road for hours is something that
Mr.
affects all the
Ali,
citizens.
I saw you blocking road. Yes, Mr. Ali.
I'm just
What guy that is that what happened to he is that he think that the government talking about blocking the road when Adriana seen the went down, but he forget it's not then. It was way back. Some of them is do things, and when it reach on internet and it hit them in them face like a big truck, them is wish them didn't do it. You know me, but one thing I know, anything you do, you can't undo. It don't do. So here, you know, me,
Mr. Ali, there are videos with you protesting, you being a scrape and a tug. Mr. Ali, this is not, listen, sometimes we gotta put our position aside.
this is not
And
position.
no, we gotta put our position aside and place ourselves into people's shoes. You gotta understand, even those persons who were traveling, yes, they were inconvenienced, but they understood the reason. They understood the reason. We understand the inconvenience, but those people understand.
I totally agree. I totally in support, and we will never ever not support peaceful protest.
And contrary to the president's statements about maintaining law and order, let's rewind to 2020 when the PPPC, then in opposition, led massive protests across Guyana. Let's take a look at the scenes from the time and see how road blockages and demonstrations were handled. Roll the tape.
The violent actions of the People's Progressive Party supporters at Bath Settlement has led to the injury of 4 school children and police officers. Here is that report.
Bath Settlement on the west coast of Berbice has seen violent protesting by supporters of the PPP following Thursday's declaration of regional elections for District 4. A school bus transporting children that attended school in Belladrum was attacked, with a number of children injured. Friday's unrest saw blocking and burning of roads, destruction to public property, and the assault on police officers, most notably with bottles and other projectiles. The violent protesters have also blocked traffic in a number of areas, preventing citizens from going about their daily activities. Luzignan on the east coast of Demerara saw a larger number of PPP supporters protesting, causing unrest beginning Friday morning. It is only after a prolonged period did one member of the opposition address the violent protests, subtly asking protesters to keep the peace. At 4 p.m., well beyond the period of violent protests, the leader of the opposition issued a message to the supporters. On Thursday, leaders of the PPP on several occasions disrupted the work of GCOM at its command center. Shaquille Bourne, for Info.
The family further argued that the swift action used to clear protesters from the streets last night could have and should have been used to protect Adriana Young when she initially went missing. They pointed to a failure by the authorities to respond in a timely manner, which might have prevented her tragic death.
I can't blame the entire force. Those persons who were there and the action, the resources that were used last night to clear that road at Lenora could have been used. It was your daughter, your daughter, your daughter, your daughter, your daughter. It could have been used, all right, or your niece, Bruce. It could have been used to get my niece out of that building alive. The owner of that building was allowed to murder my niece while we were outside. They were murdering her in there.
So, as you are aware,
I'm telling you,
I said,
straight.
there is absolutely no issue with all of us want the truth.
And a heartbreaking situation made even more painful by accusations of hypocrisy and inaction. The family is demanding accountability and justice for Adriana. This has been Dunstan Wilson, News Guyana 24, keeping it real, raw, and relevant. Stay tuned, because the tape never lies.
You understand? Shout everybody that checking for the ones and threes. You guys know what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You know, and I love how she handled the situation. Every time I watch her the video there, you know, for see that how she handled the president. It's not disrespect. It's not disrespect. It's just how you have to handle it, because they got some people, because he's the president, you want sugarcoat. And you know, play like you can take it easy. No, now it's time to talk up. Now it's time to let the president know, you know what I mean? You was involved in certain thing. We see you back in the days. Cause he feel like she talking, but no. But it's not now she's speaking about. She's speaking about when everybody saw that. And people send me videos with that also. You know what I mean? That's so crazy at the end of the day. You know? To know that all of we as human beings, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, all of we as human beings. I don't know Israel. Decide me, sorry about that, guys. All of we is human being. Like up the live, guys. I don't know what some people is really there upon. You know? I don't know what some of them is really beyond. Yo, like up the live, guys. Like up the live. Decide? I don't know what enough of them is there upon. Straight up. I got this next video I gotta run to you guys. Shout out to everybody that definitely check in. No matter where you check in from, let me know where you're checking in from so I could shout you out, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna be giving away some wrenches today, definitely also. So let's jump into this video, this next video that I got for you guys with ADRIANA father. You understand? Sending a message to the president. You know what I mean? This is so crazy, guys. Yo. Now, what's going on is that wait a minute, guys. Just a minute. Let me try to get this video. So like up the live at a time, guys. You know what it is, all right? Like up the live. Yeah, man. Just like the live up. I want to show it to one Kevin, you know what I mean? Yeah, Jamaica one Kevin for putting in the works. Yeah, one Kevin from Jamaica, you know what I mean? Shout out to one Kevin from Jamaica, you know what I mean, for putting in the works, because I've been talking with the family members. Of mine. You know what I mean? I really appreciate her and respect her to the bone, you know what I mean? A great female. Angeline, big up yourself anyway, you're there out there, you know what I mean? We ain't frightened for call name, because you know it is a family member whereby she have been supporting me with a lot of, you know what I mean, love when it comes to giving information and so forth and setting the link for me to get. Like I say, guys, look out, we're trying to get ADRIANA's mother and her father on the platform. We're going to let you know as soon as I speak to them. I'm going to let you know what's going on, because you know I'm trying to go hard with this information, with this situation, and I want to get I want to talk to them themselves. You know what I mean? So look out for that. We're going to let you know when we're going to have them live on the platform so everybody could check in on the ones and threes, okay? You know it goes already. Like I said, this video we're going to run here is because word around is going that ADRIANA father, the president made a statement that he done enough for the family. Now, when the president see that he done enough for the family, I guess that reached back to ADRIANA father, and he felt away because, you know, he noticed himself that nothing hasn't been done. You know, there's so much still to be done at the end of the day, and they're dragging their feet. We know this for a fact. You know what I mean? So let me jump into this video here. Let's hear what's going on, and then we're gonna run through some comments. You know what's going on, okay, guys? All right, let's get this here so quick and fast.
If the police didn't come the day for protect this people building, if the police come the night for protect this people building, stopping we to go in there, because my daughter was missing. Where the police get us order from to come and protect this building? As I say again, I tell everybody this, I don't know for read, but I ain't stupid, I ain't not a madman. I am mad. Order. Everything order. Order never come from bottom. Order stay coming from up top. For all the people who knows it just the way I know it's seen like always seen it, order don't come from bottom. Order come from top. And I can recall the president words to me. He gonna do his best. He gonna do his best to look into this case. And when I see the president on the social media was talking, he already did what he had to do for his family. It hurt me. It hurt me a lot. You know, it hurt me so much. You know to yourself, you give me a promise you will do so much. And then 2 weeks after, you can able to say, as a president, who come and talk to me and tell me you will do so much, you're able to say, you already did what you had to do for the family. You did nothing for me, Mr. President. At the moment, you did nothing for me.
I tell you.
Because at the moment, I don't know nothing about my daughter. So if you did something for me, I would know what's really going on with my daughter, Mr. President.
Which incorrect is right, chat. Which incorrect is right, chat. All right, this man talking foolishness. I want to know from you guys in the chat. Do you feel Adriana Fard is talking foolishness? What do you think about what he's saying, guys? Drop it in the comment section.
So I cannot say the president did something for me. I cannot say that. How I say, I asked him, Mr. President, as you say you did already did things for me, I asked him, what did you did for me, Mr. President? Up to now, I even know what's going on right about me that. Because nobody ain't telling me nothing. The police don't tell me nothing. People investigating the matter ain't telling me nothing. And it's just like what I went to the commission said he don't know nothing. When I ask him a question, he don't know nothing. So.
The commissioner say he know nothing. Yes, right now, nothing. This is what they're telling them. And even say, well, boy, you going on. Hold on, we walk in, just give me some time. You don't know what's going on. We're going to make sure we know everything. We know nothing. You ain't giving this man no assurance, no confidence, no nothing. And you guys saying, y'all got videos, y'all got this, y'all got all these things. What y'all doing? You know what I mean? This crazy. That is totally crazy.
If these people don't know nothing, who is it I must ask? I don't know why I had to come on this morning live. Forget this piece off my heart. You know this piece here? The piece stick onto my heart here, man. I feel it. I feel it when the president say, I ain't ashamed to talk about it. I feel it when the president say, yeah, I already did enough for that family. I don't know what the president did for me, be honest. I'm telling you guys. This is why I come live this morning, so you guys can share it. You guys can share it to the world and the world see. I'm here live this morning explaining the guilt and the feelings inside right about now. So note to yourself, my daughter already, like about 3 weeks, or going on to 3 weeks, since my daughter passing away. Going on to about 2 weeks are almost done. Yeah, I even checking the date, I can't check it. Here the world should know. The world should know the Guyana Police Force. The world should know that the Guyana Police Force already charged people who was protesting. I force tell you how much person already arrested for that. For stealing a television, carrying away a sofa. These things in this country have more value and people's life. It seems like that. It seems to me like a furniture have more value than a life. That's how it's one for now. When I set life, it has hurt me a lot. For now, before I make children, I should have gone buy 2 TV. Before I make my children, I'm waking up every morning 4 o'clock to go to work and providing for them and sending them to school and trying to give them a best life I never had. It makes sense. No, to me it doesn't make sense. Best have been go and buy a TV and buy a stove and buy a fridge and left it because like these things don't have value in this country. Because when people do them things, they get charged, they go to court right away, they get charged today, they go to court tomorrow, they get jailed tomorrow. Doesn't get more though. And we as Guyanese, when I say we as Guyanese, the whole Guyana know this. We as Guyanese, so much more that we hear about in this country, and we never see nobody will get charged for them more though. So much things happening, and we don't see nobody getting charged for these things them. Why? Justice? Where is the justice in this country?
Real talk.
Come on, tell me. Somebody tell me, explain to me. Please tell me, where is the justice? How can we get justice? Can I get justice? I don't know who justice is for, but it seems to me like justice is not for people like me. People like me, when I say people like me, I mean like the poorer people who people can take advantage on, people who have big boys friends, and them things are justice, not people of, I don't understand. If we have a law, I believe law go for every single person. Once they have a law is not going for me and for the rest of people who can afford certain things. Law go for me, the rich, the billionaire, the trillionaires, them, every single body the law go for. Because once you do the wrong thing and you get catch, you must face the penalty for doing the wrong things.
Real talk.
You know before you do. We all know what's wrong from right. That's let me tell you again. Nobody knows what I'm going through every day. I just feel it. For wake up and see my children ready for go to school and my children ain't going to school. People ain't know how hard. I tell you the truth. People ain't know how hard for see me train them every day go to school and waiting for them when they come home back every day, and suddenly is no more of that. Suddenly no more of that is finished. I tell you it's finished. I don't know why it's finished, but it just finished. I gotta live with that every single day. For the people who do have their family and enjoying the moment, yeah, but I'm glad for them, buddy. I wish I could do that. I wish I could enjoy the moment at all time, sitting and enjoying the moment. Some people see I smile and talking things. Like I ain't supposed to smile, I ain't supposed to laugh. I ain't supposed to be grieving every single day. I ain't supposed to be grieving, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I grieve every day. I gotta show you guys I grieving every day. I know I grieving every day. I grieve every morning, I grieve every day, I grieve every night, I grieve every time I think about that, I grieve. Nobody don't know. And me alone grieve. I strive to show every single body, yes, I'm strong, but inside I'm weak. I'm very weak inside. Nobody don't know that. I call on the Lord every single day. I say, Father, give me strength, give me all you could give me for make me go through the next day, Father. I was really thank God for that, because He's give me strength and give me faith. So I must say, Father, thank you so much.
Some people, that's our ADRIANA for.
Yeah, man, straight up, you know what I mean? Hold it out on the part there. And I agree with him. Definitely talk, my brother. All of them want to see this man grieving all the time. This man can't grieve, and you think he don't grieve? Let me put it as that. You think this man don't grieve. So every time this man come on social, imagine this man got this platform before, This man must have went on anything, because I see video before with he on this platform, not only with ADRIANA situation. So it's not like if he's grasping the moment to get some kind of wherever, get tax and roses and lion and these kind of things. No. It's a platform he has long. You know what I mean? But the man is mostly engaged with people on TikTok. So I never check up to see if he got Facebook or none of these stuff. What I'm trying to say is that this week he's go on and he's vent. Before he data pass what he used to do it, now he's do it. Y'all attacking this man, saying this man's supposed to cry, this man's supposed to weeping and mourning. This man is got here, he said, he's mourn every day, every man he wake up knowing that every day when he used to wake up, he used to see his daughter face. You know his though. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Miss Pam. If you're going to be watching this now or you're watching it back, that lost your daughter. A lot of person lost their son, their daughter. They lost their brother. A lot of person lost loved ones. And is grieving a day like today, but you're not going to see them on the road grieving. When they're on live or they're doing anything, you're not going to see they grieving. Come on. This is the messed up thing. You're not going to see him grieving all the time. Now, secondly, the same thing I say. You see, those, if y'all been following me since I start doing me live on these things on Let's Start the Things TV YouTube channel, since I created this channel, would know I explained to y'all that's how the country is. It's a big buy country. And this does not only go for PPP government. It's something that always, for every party, I tell y'all, I do not like politicians. I don't. That's why my channel is not about politicians. Although you might hear I burn some fire upon the government, it's not a politician channel. Mean they here for talk about PPP, APNU, AFC. No. PNC. No. This isn't create for though. This is bring all the hot topics them in Guyana. And this topic is a trending topic that justice have to be provided. This is what this channel is. So I's come and I's deal with it like that. I's let you know straight up. So this goes for all politicians. This ain't go for one politics alone, party. This go for all parties. Because why? Since we know we serve Guyana, got a name is a cowboy country, and Guyana, the name always there, the stigma there, that is a big buy place. You hear those persons who familiar with Daggy in these things when Daggy say, big up my big buy friends. Is either you got a link, if you's not a big buy, you got a link with a big buy, or you got a link with some big buy but got a link. So if you want your passport in a day or two, you got a link in the waiting in the custom immigration office for going to get your passport. If you want your license, you got somebody in GRA that you could get your thing. This is how it go. The country was not, the country set up, or the country end up reached a stage whereby it's only the rich could get justice, not the poor. And it got for done. It have to finish. That's it. They never know this would happen. A day like today, I know the government sit down and they're saying to themselves, bye. How this thing blow out of proportion, how this thing reach to this level, is really going on, man. How this thing get here, so? All the rest of people them that fall out, all the rest of people them that die. What really going on? You know what I mean? What really going on? But you touched God anointed. What did you do? You touched God anointed. And I want to say condolence to everybody out there that lost somebody, their loved one, their daughter, their son, whoever. Because I got people who's reach out to me and say, yo, I lost my son, my daughter. And when I see your show, you empower me. You inspire me. You give me hope. You give me strength. You know how it is feel when I hear them thing? Because that's the person I am. Condolence to everybody will lost somebody. But I tell them the other thing, I'm going to keep telling them all the time. Adriana didn't have to go out like that. No, she didn't have to go out like that. But guess what? Something had to happen for something happen. And if Adriana had to be You understand? The protocol, well, that is it. I'm sorry, my brother, that you lost your daughter, bro. Could it be me on? Could it be anybody on the live on? It's right? Could it be anybody on the live on? It's crazy. It's totally crazy. Is right? But like I say, I'm gonna always be fighting for the family. Don't matter what. I gonna fight. Because this could be anyone of we own. This could be any one of our own. Once again, shout out to everybody. Got to say blessed Saturday to all those persons checking in. All the new subscribers, big up to you, you guys. Like I said, if you're interested in donating to the channel, you guys could donate by purchasing a super sticker or a super chat. Like I said, look for the $ that is on the screen. Hit that, and you get a chance to select whether it's a super chat or a super sticker you want to donate. Or you guys could donate by being a member of the channel. I'm gonna paste the membership link in the comment section in a few. Or if you're interested in donating, you guys could drop anything in the Cash App or in the Zelle that is scrolling on the screen right now. Okay, let's jump into this video here. And hear what this man have to say.
Another night. Another night. But the boy Mark then chop. You remember time like now we the Jagdeo gate by? Yeah, by. Nagini for show you what them do by. Neglect me by. No, you want vote? You want vote? You want Marat? Why rest yourself, eh? Rest yourself, Marat. Be enough. Yeah, Mark. I'm gonna tell you, the man, you gotta understand this thing, you know. Like you don't understand this thing, you know. You don't understand this thing. The media, from since independence made, that sway the people in this country. Even when Mr. Bonham rewrite the Constitution, the people sway, the media sway the people all the time. Spinning them like bucked up. The problem, why the Krong Jagdeo, Lord Shiva, is not me Krong Jagdeo, Lord Shiva, sir. Jagdeo was being crowned by Mr. LFS Bonham. He who said that you must preserve and uphold the laws of the Constitution. The president immunity and the executive power, that's the problem we have in the country. If you look back, you would see that Janet Jagan was crowned by herself as Mother Lakshmi. Why? It was Janet Jagan, Mother Lakshmi, who blessed Bharat Jagdeo as Lord Shiva. Why? Understand this thing? The Constitution, that clause in the law need to abolish, suspend and abolish as early as immediately. And if the politicians, they are not fighting to change that in the opposition, none of them. The media, who claim to be the news carrier, is not working there. That is why you have to remain Krongin Jagdeo as Lord Shiva. And then Jagdeo now crown Irfan Ali as Prophet Muhammad, the last and final prophet. Peace be upon him.
Don't underestimate what this man saying, you know. You understand? I'll tell you something. There got some people you might think is mad or think is drunk man and think is all that kind of thing. When that man talking, that man is talking enough sense, but because of the state that is in or there's look like, a lot of persons is quick to don't believe them. But these people them is talking a lot of sense. Y'all gotta listen. This is not no joke. You say it, man? Yeah, it's all about money, Mark. Yeah, this thing is serious. These man of them they in this game because they trying for us inherit what they could inherit and beat out. I think I think it's just done.
Understand this thing. These men them are being crowned God by Mr. Barnum, not by me or Janet Jagan or Jagan. Jagan used the God too. He was Lord Krishna. And he said he gonna change it. And he enjoy it. He enjoy it and abuse that. And that is what we live in. And if gonna change, Guyana is on the way right down to poverty. Right down. The president must be liable to the court of law. So that we can take the president to the court of law. But with what Mr. Barnum left there, we cannot take the president to the court of law. And that is what the PPP is enjoying. Hoping that Washington take the PPP out as the way they install them and inject the APNU AFC PNC. Then will they change it? Will they abolish the clause in the law in the Constitution? No, they would not. They were there already. Granger was there. So that's the virus. You have to abolish that. And if you don't abolish that, the scare drain open up by the people is going to fled. The people fled how much and they are going to fly, continue flying out. Because of the same, that's the problem we have. Who can stop the president? Nobody can stop the president but Washington. And Washington allow them. Both sides. This thing not ballot at Washington give you a loan for run an election. The World Bank here give you a loan. Run an election. Pay all who you want to pay. Buy vehicle, this house, that ballot box, this ink, all who you want to pay. Elections Commission. And when the election's done, the Elections Commission have to feed or result to the ambassador. And then the ambassador gonna feed it to Washington. And then Washington gonna tell them who is the winner. The Elections Commission have come out and say, but yeah, this party win and that party win. She got to work with instruction from Washington or he, whoever sits there. This thing is an independency. This thing is subjection. There's no independency in that. This is democracy or whatever they want to fit inside. The thing is subjection. That's where we live. The president is the God. And the president's them. The only thing with Mr. Granger, he don't understand that he's Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, he understand that he not rise yet. That's what happened with him. But look at the back ends. Look at the executive them. The senior executive them president. Where they are. What they're doing for the people. They're waiting and drawing their pension. 3.2 million every month with all that light transportation, maid, security. Everything is their own. And people struggling to make ends meet with a 30-something $1,000 per month. They're running for the handout as a pension and work all them years. So you got to understand the part, Mark. That's the part you have to attack. That's the part Sher Duncan, all the reporters got to attack the part, educate the people. So that the people know that what, yeah, indeed, that's the virus. They don't know. I know and you know. And I am trying to educate the people. And that is what you have to do, educate the people about the president powers. And who is the president? He is a God. So that is the problem. That's what me want the people to know and work against that.
You see me? Don't matter how much this man might look like, you know, like he drunk, like he whatever. I know you might be singing a little low or whatever, but once you hear clearly, cause it look like the audio was a little low. That wasn't me fault. So, you know what I mean? Just turn up your device if you had to. But I know a lot of you guys may be hearing what he said. Those persons who didn't hear clearly, it's okay. But for those persons who hear would know what's going on with what this man's saying. And this man literally giving you understand, some background information. What the president was instructed to do. That's why, you know what I mean, when Janet J. gonna hand it over to Jack Dio, you know what I mean? Because I remember from Chetty Jagon, his wife turned the president. Then from his wife, he ended up turning the president. Jack Dio just waiting for here though. Jack Dio just waiting for get a seat because he done, you know, they got some money, some manipulators, whereby that they're in a congregation, they're in a crew, that they're in a work, that they're in wherever. Money, them seeing the money, them seeing the wealth, so them start. Remember now, Jack Dio is the brain man, you know. Jack Dio is the brain man for PPP. No. It was never like that all the time, but no. So boom. Jack Dio there peeping all the time and peeping everything and saying to himself, boy, I gotta forget this, boy. This is what I want. All of this. I could rob people from left and right. You see, when Jack Dio get a position, not for the things them with Mr. Janet Jagan or Jack Dio they talk to he about, down the line, down the drain. Down the drain. You see? Down the drain. He said, me, I got time with what y'all telling me, but I pull this and I pull that, and I shouldn't do this and I shouldn't do that. Y'all try with that. I got to make money. That's why they put me brains big. Me see me head size. We feel this big head why I got this. So this big head is, you know? Yeah. One my co-host, one tell you who troubled you. Who did it? Talk to daddy. What's wrong? You want to sleep? All right. It's right, man. You see head size. Your head big like. You know what I mean? Don't get tired with this people them saying. Jack Dio, main objective is to get what he could get from the people. Jack Dio main objective, Jesus Christ, my girl, what are you doing there? Jack Dio main objective is to get what he could get and gone. You understand? All right, let me jump into this this live from last night. Jesus. All right. Hear me, people, just a minute. All right, cool. Let me jump into this live from last night with these doctors and pathologists, all these people them, as you go through to the show, you know it go already, right? So once again, shout out to everybody that definitely tune in, check in on the ones and threes. Yeah, I know what it is like up the live. Yeah, I know what up, right? Let's get this, guys. Let's hear what's going on.
UK, a hub for forensic professionals. I want to welcome everyone from all over the world. Even though we're live from Guyana, I want to especially welcome people from Nigeria, from Ghana, from UK, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and the US and the rest of the world. This is another series of our webinar series where we educate forensic professionals. Today's topic, our focus topic today is medical legal perspective of drowning. We're going to explore various case studies of various perspectives. We have five eminent forensic professionals to educate us this evening from all over the world. They are specialists in various fields. We have medical doctors. Even though they're medical doctors, they still have different specialty areas. We also have an eminent legal professional that is going to lead one of the discussions here. We also have our global chair, Dr. Stacey Umodo, who is going to be rounding up all the discussions that our discussers will be giving us. I'm going to call on the global chair later to further introduce the discussants, our discusser this evening. I welcome you, our discussants, our eminent professionals, Dr. Usman Lee, Dr. Dexter Todd, Dr. Izu Ben Achuzi, and we're also expecting one more eminent person, Dr. Kofi Asampom, will be joining us later. Dr. Stacey, are you ready to please introduce our discussant this evening as the global chair of the Academy? Mute yourself, please. Yeah. Unmute.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Abimbola. I want to welcome each and every one of us who are on this call to this month's webinar being hosted by ICDEP UK. Of course, ICDEP is International Academy for Disaster and Emergency Management, Criminology and Forensic Professionals, UK. I want to welcome you all once again, and as I introduce the speakers for this evening, with us here we have Dr. Usman Lee. Dr. Usman Lee is a pathologist, and he's coming in all the way from Gambia. We also have with us here Dr. Izu Ben Achuzi. Ben Achuzi is from Nigeria. He is also a consultant pathologist and a forensic expert all the way from Nigeria. And of course, with us, we have Dr. Kofi Achampong. Dr. Kofi Achampong is a medical practitioner. He is also a chemical pathologist all the way from Ghana. And of course, our own very amiable Dr. Dexter Todd from Guyana. And my humble self, okay, before me,
Hey, enough people can't pronounce we name in our chat. Enough people can't pronounce we country name, Guyana.
Want to also introduce the global president in the person of Dr. Abimbola Alele, all the way from Nigeria. She is a space expert and a forensic juggernaut too. And I, for myself, I am Dr. Stacey Modo, a forensic expert too in the field of financial intelligence and security. And then, of course, we will be taking you in the sections and segments. We are also supposed to have our Director of International Affairs in the person of Dr. Professor Makube Itio. Of course, those ones will be joining us very shortly, and we can assure you that this webinar is going to be worth all the while. And you, of course, you got You're going to have value for your time. Thank you very much. Dr. Abimbola, over so that we get started, please.
Sorry, so we're going to have our first discussion this evening. By Dr. Textor is going to be examining the legal dimensions of drowning cases. And it's focused with the legal classification of drowning.
Dr. Abimbola?
Yes, please.
Okay, be loud. Go ahead.
Okay.
I think
I will be calling.
Okay, go ahead.
I will be calling our first discussant, our first lecture on the person that's going to be leading us this evening. The first lecture we're going to have is going to be from Dr. Dexter Todd. He's going to be teaching or discussing with us the legal dimensions of drowning cases. And he's going to give us a lot of insight on the classification of drowning, evidentiary requirements in criminal prosecution, and some case laws and medical legal precedents. Dr. Dexter Todd, we await you to do justice to your topic within 25 minutes. Over to you, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me and for giving me this opportunity to speak at this webinar on a very interesting topic, I must say, as it has, of course, quite been a very long journey in relation to this matter that we're currently dealing with. So to have some education in the field, it gives me great pleasure. I'm waiting for my presentation to go up. Thank you so much. All right. So my task this afternoon, on this evening, depending on where you are joining me from, is to look at the legal dimensions of drowning cases. And of course, because of the time allotted, we may not be able to dissect every element, but I will do my best to at least be able to pull out the salient points so that we can examine those. Now, you are going to be hearing throughout this webinar a lot about drowning, and I believe a lot of the more expert in terms of forensic pathology, etc., will be able to dissect this a little even more. But let's look at really what is drowning, and I want to say that drowning is one of the leading cause of death in the world. But of course, not all drowning cases are the same. Now, you will have and we have a number of those persons who are even exposed to the UK IDEB, persons who are specialized, or we call them drowning specialists, and that can thoroughly examine the study of drowning. And of course, we will have forensic specialists. We have law enforcement officials, medical examiners, and these are all part of the team of investigators who will deal with drowning cases. Now, of course, the team is pulled together and can be helped or can help us to identify whether drowning was accidental, whether it was suicidal, or whether there was a potential foul play involved in the matter.
This is a lot of informative information, guys. This is where, you know what I mean, if your all brains ain't working good, you know what I mean, you might not understand, you know what I mean. So I'm listening carefully right now because, you know, they're going to break down the drowning situation with ADRIANA, guys. So I want you guys to listen carefully, man. You know what it is.
Now, there are experts which can help to rebuild the scenario by using, of course, their mind, photos, videos, etc., things that can help to give an idea of the environment as it was at the time. Now, this team will investigate the environment, the physical evidence. There will be forensic analysis. And of course, they will help us to understand what had happened. Next slide, please. Now, you will hear this term a lot: medical, legal, and of course, the medical legal person or persons will help to answer these very pertinent questions. Was death caused by drowning? Was drowning, did drowning occur before the person, did the person die before they entered the water, or did they died after they entered the water? And then, and so you're going to hear a lot more of that as the experts go ahead. But this definition in relation to what is drowning was adopted by the World Congress on Drowning, and this has been one of the most celebrated definitions from the World Health Organization. And I quote, drowning is a process of experiencing respiratory impairment from submersion and, of course, immersion in liquid. Now, this is where the liquid air interfaces with or is presented at the entrance of the victim's airway. And of course, it prevents the individual or the victim from breathing oxygen. Now, that in a nutshell is what we're dealing with in terms of drowning. You're going to hear a lot more dissecting of that as we go along. Now, there are types of drowning. There is suicidal drowning, and there is accidental drowning, and then there is homicidal drowning. Now, a lot of what we're going to talk about is heading more down the line of homicidal drowning and the importance of it. All investigations, in order to investigate thoroughly a case of a homicidal drowning or suicidal or accidental, you will require a medical legal investigator, what we call an MDI. Now, what is this MDI? What is this person allowed to do? This person observes the scene and get information from the first responders, the persons who were on the scene at the time. They provide, of course, written documents, photo reports to the forensic pathologist to begin to give the forensic pathologist at the time of their examination some form of synopsis as to what had happened. Now, it is always very detailed. This investigator is always very detailed because they will have to look at the signs of drowning. They will have to look at the environment or the conditions which exists. They will have to look at the body position before movement. They will have to look, of course, whether there were any efforts of resuscitation of the person. And then they will have to be able to look to see whether we're dealing with wet or dry drowning. And from that, you'll be able to determine the state of the body and the clothing. That investigator will have to look at surveillance, whether there are cameras, etc. around. They will have to look at witnesses who observe and found the body and all the information coming from them as to what they recall from their observations. And of course, usually their question is asked, was the person, could the person swim, etc. Now, when we're dealing with drowning in natural environment, we're talking about, and when we talk about environment, natural environment, we're talking about pools, we're talking about bathtubs, etc. There is usually a very detailed examination of water temperature and, of course, condition. You may want to look at signs of intoxication. You may want to look at signs of bodily trauma. And of course, there must be, of course, at some scenes, it depends on the situation, you will have sometimes a visitation by the forensic pathologist on the scene to be able to assist the MDI in getting or uncovering the truth as to what has happened. Now, each person or each expert involved
Shout out to Candy in the building.
in this type of investigation, of course, sometime or the other, appears in a court of law to give evidence as to what he or she did on the scene. And so scene examination becomes crucial for our consideration here. Now, at the initial action of drowning investigation, there is a requirement, or there is always a need for very careful investigation of the scene in which drowning took place. Now, this informs the drowning experts about the condition that the person drowned in, and any other, whether there were any other third force which was, of course, involved in the incident. So the examination of the scene is very important. Now, when we talk about water conditions, it's very important that the investigator look at the depth of the water that the person drowned in. They look at the current, whether, of course, if you're talking about drowning at high seas, etc. They will look at that. They will look at the temperature of the water.
I hope you guys are listening carefully. Come on, take out your book, your pen. I love this. This is a crazy analysis. You understand? That's why I keep telling them, you know, you see Dr. Todd, the thing with Dr. Todd, what enough of them don't know. Dr. Todd know about autopsy in these things, but he's in the field of law. He did study about autopsy and so forth. So he know about drowning. He know about these things. But remember, you can't be in two fields at one time. You got there in one. So he took the last side, but he know what he's saying. So when the vice president, Mr. Jagdeo, came out and said that he's a we call that a mediocre liar, disrespectful. The man Jagdeo. Yeah, I telling you, this man is a mediocre. This man could be a mediocre. This man was studying and being through everything and learning that at this state he is could be a mediocre. You know what I mean? But this is how Jagdeo them is. Like a person say, once you beating the drums, them with Jagdeo want you beat. He called your name and these kind of things. You know what I mean? He try to defame you and these kind of things. But it is what it is. They can't hold Dr. Todd. They can't hold Dr. Todd. This man is a serious. This man is like Vibes Cartel liar. Isaac Buchanan. This man for we Guyana, there's a Guyana Isaac Buchanan. This is so.
Water. Was the water cold? Was the water hot? And of course, your forensic pathologist will say temperature of the water will, of course, have certain indications or indicators in relation to how one will expect the body to appear at the time of examination. And of course, whether on the body there are any physical signs of debris, etc. Now, surrounding environments are always important for the investigator, and this is also crucial in the process of examination. They will always have to look at whether there are any footprints or whether there are any drug marks, signs of evidence of struggle, or whether there are any personal effects on the victim, which of course will be, or taken off of the victim, which will be able to tell a particular story. Eyewitnesses are always important for this investigation. Witnesses' testimonies, of course, given saying exactly the history of the victim. They provide data regarding to whether or not they were accompanied by persons to the particular location, and of course, whether there were any help to determine, based on the story that they are given, whether there are any suspicion of foul play present or not. Now, examination of the victim is very important, and this is, of course, going to be dealt with more in depth by our pathologists, because dealing with the body or autopsy is a very important process in the investigation, and the forensic pathologist producing a report is expected to go to court of law and to give evidence in relation to the determined cause of death.
Come back a bit.
Of drowning investigation, there is a requirement, or there is always a need for very careful investigation of the scene in which drowning took place. Now, this informs the drowning experts about the condition that the person drowned in, and any other, whether there were any other third force which was, of course, involved in the incident. So the examination of the scene is very important. Now, when we talk about water conditions, it's very important that the investigator look at the depth of the water that the person drowned in. They look at the current, whether, of course, if you're talking about drowning at high seas, etc., they will look at that. They will look at the temperature of the water.
These is the kind of things you gotta look for. This is what I love with this live visa. This live visa is very educated. This is some education, informative information, bro. I'm telling you, I'm loving this right now. And like I said, over here on Let's Start the TV, Let's Start the Things TV, it's a educated platform also. You know what I mean? So that's how we do it over. We want to shout out to everybody that is in the building. We got 1,300 persons in the building. You know what it is, guys. Please get the like up the live, like up the live. We got 144 likes, but we're going to work with it as persons comes in. You know the vibe is already. Like I say, guys, you guys could donate by purchasing a super chat or a super sticker. Hit the $ that you're seeing. Also, you could donate by being a member of the channel. Definitely, I'm going to go and pin the link for the membership now. Also, you guys could donate to the channel by dropping anything in the Cash App or the Zelle that is provided on the platform, the screen scrolling. Okay, guys? Thank you very much.
The water cold? Was the water hot? And of course, your forensic pathologist will say temperature of the water will, of course, have certain indications or indicators in relation to how one will expect the body to appear at the time of examination. And of course, whether on the body there are any physical signs of debris, etc. Now, surrounding environments are always important for the investigator, and this is also crucial in the process of examination. They will always have to look at whether there are any footprints or whether there are any drug marks, signs of evidence of struggle, or whether there are any personal effects on the victim, which of course will be, or taken off of the victim, which will be able to tell a particular story. Eyewitnesses are always important for this investigation. Witnesses' testimonies, of course, given saying exactly the history of the victim. They provide data regarding to whether or not they were accompanied by persons to the particular location, and of course, whether there were any help to determine, based on the story that they are given, whether there are any suspicion of foul play present or not. Now, examination of the victim is very important, and this is, of course, going to be dealt with in more in depth by our pathologists, because dealing with the body or autopsy is a very important process in the investigation, and the forensic pathologist producing a report is expected to go to court of law and to give evidence in relation to the determined cause of death. Now, of course, as I said, autopsy will find a number of things, and I've just put this here for our consideration because it falls within the investigative process of drowning matters. Whether the autopsy will look for certain things, whether there is foam in the airways, whether there is water in the lungs, of course, whether there is any form of diatom test, which is, of course, or analysis, which was done to be able to assist, whether there are defense wounds. Remember, we're talking about the homicidal drowning here, whether there are any defense wounds or bruises, whether we're dealing with dry drowning or wet drowning. Now, of course, our chemical specialists will go into a lot about the toxicology and medical history, all right, and dealing with whether the test is able to determine whether there are drugs or any form of poisonous substance which is found in the body. And I'll leave this for our experts.
I hope you guys listening carefully, guys. Come on, like up the live, and Angeli, big up yourself in the building. Mark, big up yourself. You know this already. Leonie, big up yourself, man. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Experts in relation to that. Now, it's very important that we look at the forensic examination of clothing of the person or taken off of the personal victim. All right. What is the state of the victim's clothing? Do we have a situation where it was damaged, where it was torn, where there are signs that you can see that was not the last layout of how the person's clothing looked like before they entered the pool, or before they entered a river, or before they enter a particular area where, of course, we're dealing with drowning, etc. Let's go quicker than that, please. Now, surveillance is very important. And in this case, we can also invite a digital forensic expert who will be able to look at all CCTV footage, look at all phone records and social media posting, all videos which are available. You can have an expert which can pull that together and help to recreate or rebuild the scenario to be able to give you an idea as to what took place. Of course, GPS tracking, etc., is important when you're dealing with this. Now, there are difficulties in some drowning matters. Of course, if you have a situation where you have a decomposition, which of course affects a lot of the analysis that you will need. If you have missing eyewitness, nobody is there to begin to give you an idea as to what time the person was seen last, where did the person go. If that makes the case difficult, where you have those persons, it helps you to recreate the scenario and give a better picture in terms of your analysis. Your environmental contamination. If you have a situation where the entire location where drowning took place was completely destroyed, some of the challenges may present in relation to whether the scene was contaminated, and when you can get other things in terms of footprints, etc., which can help you to depict who are the persons who traverse that particular area. Now, I want you to know that homicidal drowning cases in the Caribbean particularly, and in other jurisdiction, is governed by the criminal law principles, all right? And primarily it focuses on providing intentional or reckless act that caused the victim's death by drowning. Of course, there are key elements which are included here: establishing the element of intent, establishing the element of recklessness, establishing the element of negligence, depending on the specific charge, and of course, proving that the accused or accused persons, their actions were directly connected to the victim's drowning. All right, and that will primarily come under the criminal law. Now, all the persons that we're talking about, whether we're talking about a forensic pathologist, whether we're talking about a drowning expert, whether we're talking about a forensic anthropologist, and an anthropologist, of course, is going to come in where that person helps to determine approximate time of death if there are challenges in relation to the forensic pathologist examination. All those persons are responsible by law to give evidence in court. They give evidence in court as an expert. And of course, this evidence in court, and there are a number of case laws which I've highlighted, which can assist in determining or assist persons to understand how these evidence is presented in a court of law and what is the duty of the various persons in presenting that evidence. Most of the experts, witnesses in criminal trials, owe a duty to the court, not to a family, not to a government, not to a defense lawyer. The duty is owed to the court. And there is an overriding objective. And the overriding objective or obligation is here that that person is to perform their duty as an expert with the giving assistance to the court. And in this case, giving assistance to a jury if you're dealing with a jury trial in most of the Commonwealth Caribbean. If you're dealing with a jury trial, their assistance is to them to help them understand. Next slide, please. Now, of course, you'll understand that within the criminal justice system, you have a situation where you may have persons who need to understand scientific explanations. Because if scientific tests, analysis, etc. were done, you do not expect that an ordinary person will understand that. So that is why you will need your experts to give evidence and, of course, to explain to the fact finder clearly what would have allegedly taken place. Go, please. Now, this is very important. When we use forensic science to help to determine or investigate a matter, the science has no favorites. No favorites, which means the science is not bended to assist a particular person or persons or group. The science is very strict, and so it will be able to determine or to unearth the truth of what allegedly happened, and of course, who allegedly would have been a part of the grunious act of this particular.
Yeah, Dr. Todd. That is it, Dr. Todd. Yeah, man. I love how Dr. Todd definitely lean it out right now. This man ain't playing, bro. He's not playing.
Case. Now, experts' opinion are, of course, admissible in court. And I've outlined a number of cases which will help us to determine that. Now, it is important to know that the trier of fact can properly, if the trier of fact can properly come to a conclusion without the help of an expert, then there is no need for the expert to give evidence. So on these specialized areas that we're talking about and this level of investigation, it will require an expert to come to give the findings because they are scientific analysis which is done, which is of course not familiar with everyone at the same time unless that person receives the necessary training. Now, because of the time period, as I said, I just wanted to conclude with saying, while there may be challenges, and I'm going to say challenges because sometimes drowning cases appear as though it can be classified as accidental. But one will need to go further to examine the entire case and to get the necessary experts involved in order to discover the truth of what has happened. Not in all homicidal cases, and you will see from other presentations, not in all homicidal cases you will find signs of injury, physical signs of injuries, because it all depends on the method and, of course, the method that the perpetrators, of course, use in order to suppress the victim before drowning occurred. I want to thank you, and I look forward for engagement as we answer some specific questions that you may have.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, our presenter, our eminent presenter. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to permit me to just quickly tell you about the man who's educated us, who's given us a different cases, different types of drowning, accidental, suicidal, and homicidal. I want to introduce Dr. Tex Dutour to you as a Caribbean lawyer that was called to the bar in Guyana and Belize. He has litigated over 400 criminal cases at all levels in the court system. He was a Bachelor of Science in International Relations, a Bachelor of Science in Law, but from the University of Guyana. He holds his legal certificate from the New Woodens Law School. He also holds a Master's of Laws from Charisma University in Conflict Resolution. He holds a second Master's of Laws in International Business Law from the University of Cumbria in London, a Master of Science in Fraud and Risk Management from the University of Stamford, Manchester. He has a doctorate of a PhD in law from the Charisma, majoring in terrorism and counterterrorism. So not only does it deal with with risk of forensic, he also knows how to do the forensic of the forensic in tourism and counter-terrorism. Dr. Todd holds several professional certificates. Among them is a certificate in forensic criminal investigation and intelligence from the JJCC Consulting Limited and International College of Disaster Management and Forensic Studies. Dr. Todd is also an adjunct professor at Charisma University and the University.
How could you? This is why China said, "Do you guys?" Thank you for telling me, Chad. You hear what this woman just now said about Dr. Todd? How could Jack Dio call Dr. Todd a mediocre? How could Jack Dio call Mr. Todd a mediocre? Me not understand. Something got wrong. Something ain't right. Listen what this woman saying about Dr. Todd. This shit is crazy. This man got levels upon levels.
So Tex Dutour to you as a Caribbean lawyer that was called to the bar in Guyana and Belize. He has litigated over 400 criminal cases at all levels in the court system. He was a Bachelor of Science in International Relations, a Bachelor of Science in Law, but from the University of Guyana. He holds his legal certificate from the New Woodens Law School. He also holds a Master's of Laws from Charisma University in Conflict Resolution. He holds a second Master's of Laws in International Business Law from the University of Cumbria in London, a Master of Science in Fraud and Risk Management from the University of Stamford, Manchester. He has a doctorate of a PhD in law from the Charisma, majoring in terrorism and counterterrorism. So not only does it deal with with risk of forensic, he also knows how to do the forensic of the forensic in tourism and counter-terrorism. Dr. Todd holds several professional certificates. Among them is a certificate in forensic criminal investigation and intelligence from the JJCC Consulting Limited and International College of Disaster Management and Forensic Studies. Dr. Todd is also an adjunct professor at Charisma University and the University of Excellent Management and Business. He holds several key positions globally. Among those is the credited ambassador for the African Union, the sixth region with the responsibility for the Caribbean. He's also the deputy global president for the IDEC UK. And he was also the recent conference chair. We just had our international global conference. Dr. Stacey, the global chair, will be telling you more about IDEC UK later on in this webinar series, because you need to know about this great institution that is providing you this education. And he has several outstanding awards. Among those is the prestigious Professional Excellence Award in Legal Forensic Research, Innovation, and Criminal Justice Administration. He's also received the Dean Scholar List Award from the Charisma University. And
bear with us for a bit, guys, right? Okay, as we listen what's going on here. So just be with us for a bit.
Honorary Doctor from Sika International University in Houston, Texas. Permit me, please, you will permit me to say this man is what knows his onions, and we have brought a very erudite professor to this webinar series. You're going to also now, to introduce the next speaker, I will call on our global chair, Dr. Stacey Nwodo, to please introduce the next person. Very interesting topic, Dr. Usman Lee. Over to you, Dr. Stacey Nwodo, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bimbola, for giving me the mic.
Yeah, it's beer doctor upon this life. Beer doctors.
The next presenter to speak to us this evening is no other person than our own very dear amiable Dr. Usman Lee. Dr. Usman Lee is a pathologist with keen interest in forensic science. He's a senior lecturer in anatomical pathology from the American International University, West Africa. He's a senior lecturer also from the Department of Pathology, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Tech, Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, there are dear valued participants. The man we have on stage is a man who, when it comes to the field that we are talking about, he is a forensic juggernaut in that field, and is one that when you listen to, you would be happy because you will be taking away some values. I bring to you for the next stage of this session, Dr. Usman Lee, to take us in the next presentation. Dr. Usman Lee, I'm handing over the mic to you, please. Over.
Okay, Dr. Stacey, thank you so much. I never knew that I'm that important. Well, I appreciate the introduction. I will be presenting on basically the pathological aspect of drowning, and then including other related matters. So please, next slide. Now, basically, these are the topic of discussion for today. Luckily for me, I think Dr. Dexter had made life easier. I think he had spoken about almost a quarter of what I'm supposed to talk today. But notwithstanding, I'll delve into a little bit regarding the definition of drowning. Now, for pathologists, I'm not going to the World Congress, definition of drowning. It has already been elaborated on. But for pathologists or forensic pathologists, we consider drowning as a form asphyxial death. There are different forms of asphyxia, which include hanging, strangulation, arm locking, garroting, etc., including drowning, obviously. And these represent interruption of the blood supply to the brain, and this may lead to cardiac arrest, culminating into death.
Wow.
So we all understand that drowning is one of the most challenging aspects in terms of medical legal practice. And it is important to understand that drowning is always a diagnosis by exclusion, because there are other conditions that you may need to rule out first before you make a final conclusion in terms of drowning. Next. Now, when we talk about drowning, it implies most often than not that we have a situation in which a body is being retrieved from water, okay? Either by virtue of submersion or immersion. For submersion, it means the,
as you could see there, guys, bodies retrieved from water may have died by natural disease before falling into water, die by natural disease while already in water, die by injury before being thrown in the water, die by injury while in the water, and die by effect of immersion other than drowning, die from drowning. You know what I mean? So definitely, as you guys could see there, so that's the drowning cause, definitely. You know what I mean? It's clearly showing that all of these things here, so whereby you guys could see clearly that is on the screen, these are the cause or the basic, you understand, retrieve from water may have. So it's simply like that. That's why when them say she drowned, you know, the father behave like how you could have let we know we should drown by. Or even if we can't know if she drunk by, you could have given me some kind of thing, but let me put the one side. These are the stuff. So it's like I saying that, or you could drunk by a man pushing you head in water. You don't have to drunk in water, you see? Wait, say there. Natural disease before falling into water. She was killed before she threw in the water. Basically, when we narrow it down and we do the calculation, it comes basically to that. She was killed before she was placed in the water. So that's why it shows that she drowned. Because of the little bit of water that she observed. If you catch where we coming from. I know Let's Talk the TV community and gang, we know what's going on over here, so me know but all the rest of platform. But me, main people them that is checking every time when I go live, we know that this girl did not die by drowning. Period. Then I don't go wrong and come around. Let me dive back into it.
The body is completely covered by water, but immersion is just partially covered by water. So there are certain aspects that we need to ask ourselves. First of all, did the individual die from natural disease before falling into water? There are different causes of natural diseases, ranging from cardiovascular problems. It could be metabolic problem, as in diabetes. Some people may have epilepsy.
AC, big up yourself. Because AC started and also we know few people who is definitely involved. Well, we know though. Remember over here, so we crack this shit on. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. You understand? And I gotta keep giving a round of applause to everybody that was with me. Definitely. Wait. Go back into this man. Let me listen carefully what he's saying.
Epileptic seizure, have an epileptic attack, and eventually fall in water and then drown. Now, Did the individual died from natural disease while already in water? You may be swimming and then unfortunately have an epileptic seizure or a stroke or heart attack. These are possibilities. Now, somebody may die as a result of injury before being thrown into water, as in the case of homicidal drowning, and also individual can die while, let's say, having an injury during swimming, something of that sort. An individual can also die as a result of effect of immersion other than drowning. Now, it is important to differentiate between effect of immersion other than drowning and dying from true drowning. For example, you can get into a very cold water, and then this may cause some kind of a vasovagal syncope or cardiac arrhythmia, which may lead to cardiac arrest and eventually lead to death. As for true drowning, this relates to asphyxia, in which an individual might have ingested some amount of water, and this may lead to death. However, it is very difficult for a pathologist, please, you can go back to the previous slide. It is very difficult for a pathologist to be able to differentiate the last two. Most often than time, and in fact, most often than not, it is even impossible to determine whether somebody actually died from effect of drowning or from effect of immersion other than drowning, or basically died from drowning. So all that one can say as a matter of conclusion is that death is related to immersion. Next. Now, people can die due to different circumstances relating to drowning. As in natural death preceding or during submersion, one can die as a result of homicidal drowning, that the person is already killed, okay, and then the body thrown into water or disposed into water. Others could be as a result of suicide, that is in suicidal drowning. Accidental drowning is also something that is not uncommon. This can be encountered in terms of swim fatigue, or example from a scuba diver. Possibly there could be some form of equipment failure, and this may lead to drowning. Next. So there are different mediums of drowning, which Dr. Dexter luckily had already mentioned. So most often than not, people tend to drown in water. It could be either fresh water or seawater, or drown in a chemical solution, or dye, paint, or oil. So there are different mediums which can lead to drowning. Next. So we can move on to the next slide. Okay, so it's important to mention about the type of drowning. That is freshwater drowning or seawater drowning. But first of all, I'll talk about what is known as the wet drowning and dry drowning. Wet drowning is otherwise known as typical drowning, and then dry drowning is otherwise known as atypical drowning. So wet drowning can occur in the setting of salt water or fresh water. So these, the individual had actually ingested or inhaled some amount of water, and eventually get into the respiratory airway, make it waterlogged, somehow clog, and people can present with what is known as the typical drowning lungs, in which the lungs somehow looks edematous and is heavy. So for dry drowning, next slide. Dry drowning essentially implies the person might have had some form of vasovagal syncope, and then in this case, there is no actual ingestion of water in the respiratory airway or aspiration of water in the respiratory airway. Occasionally, once you get into water, this may lead to laryngeal spasm. So the idea is that the lungs are essentially dry. When we mean that the lungs are essentially dry, it means there is an absence of ingestion of water into the airway. Next. Now, it is important to know these concepts regarding near drowning. Near drowning implies somebody who had survived drowning, like the person had drowned actually, but has been rescued and survived for 24 hours or more. So it may be with or without complete recovery. Some may die, some may survive. However, the main determinant of mortality or morbidity is either injury to the brain, injury to the lung, or both. So basically, these are the main determinants of morbidity or mortality regarding near drowning. Next slide, please. Now, regarding the pathophysiology of drowning, I will just talk about basically what happened in the setting of freshwater drowning and those that occur in saltwater drowning. Okay, so in freshwater drowning, essentially water gets into the lung, gets into the alveolar spaces. So there is a tendency for the water to get into the cardiovascular system, and this may lead to some form of hemodilution. Now, this hemodilution have effect on the red cells, which may lead to hemolysis or rupture of the red cells with eventual release of potassium. So the danger in terms of freshwater drowning is the risk of hyperkalemia, or in other words, some form of electrolyte imbalance. And hyperkalemia is toxic to the heart. It may lead to cardiac arrhythmia and, well, heart failure. Once the heart fails, the amount of blood that gets into the brain is affected, and this may lead to a condition that we call cerebral anoxia. So it is known that people who drown in fresh water tend to die within 4 to 5 minutes. Now, in saltwater drowning, the condition is a little bit different. Of course, water gets into the lung, but because of the increased salinity, so it creates some high osmolarity. So therefore, fluid will move from the vascular compartment in the lung and then get into the alveolar space. So the lung become very congested. So in other words, it becomes very, very...
Basically, we understand what's going on here, so. We don't know what's going on here, so.
Matters, okay? There is no risk per se in terms of hyperkalemia. So they tend to die within 8 to 12 minutes following drowning. Next. Now, prior to the autopsy examination, it is essential to review the scene as well as the history, the antecedent history. So we are interested in terms of the location of the body. Where is the body found? Okay, the position of the body and the condition of the body with regard to postmortem changes, as well as the temperature of the body. Victim identification is very important, so you may need to look for personal effects, look for any evidence of ID card, or in the absence of that, you may take fingerprint or possibly sample for DNA. This may aid in terms of victim identification. It is very essential to review the medical history as well as the social history. Does the individual have any risk factor, underlying medical risk factor, which may lead to drowning? It's important to review the psychiatric history. Now, Dr. Dexter had already made mention of the environmental factors and the condition of water. So witness account or witness statements is extremely important. As I've already mentioned, that drowning is a diagnosis by exclusion. So therefore, it's very essential to take evidence or some form of statement from the...
This is what the nurse was talking about, Fabi. Fabi, you are definitely right. You are right, Fabi. Big up Fabi in the building. Fabi, I gotta give you a wrench. Definitely, man. Shout out to Fabi in the building. You know what it is. You know how it is. And we want to shout out to everybody that is in the building today. Name Education Saturday. You understand? If you're really there on this REMS we there on, yeah, I could go your way. But big up to all the 1,300 people that is on the live right now. And we're definitely, like I said just now, we know what's going on. Although we're hearing what's going on, it's still factual for we. Because at the end of the day, we know ADRIANA did not drown in the pool. But it's still logical if we hear this, what they're saying. So a lot of persons could get a little more insight with what's going on. Shout out to AB. You working overtime. AB, link me in my WhatsApp. Let me get your digits. Because definitely I got to tap you up with something. You working hard. And shout out to everybody that putting in the works, man. You know what it is. You know what I mean? I'll soon be giving back to all my wrenchers and so forth, because we soon get a lot of company aboard whereby they wanna they got some company that reach out to me that wanna donate to the viewers. So we're gonna definitely try to sort out things. Alright? But yeah, we know she didn't drown in no pool.
Witnesses. Now, evidence collection and preservation also are important relating to these medical legal aspects of drowning. So at the end of the day, we need to make a lot of documentation, like a document narrative report or determine the cause of death. You can determine the cause of death by virtue of clinical examination or by use of imaging. But however, autopsy is the gold standard for the determination of cause of death. So in the autopsy examination, we first examine the body in totality, which is called external examination, and followed by dissection, okay, which is described as internal examination. So in the external examination, you need to look at the body, describe the body, including the clothing, the condition of the any aquatic debris. You may need to look at the hands for evidence of wrinkling or pallor. Some may have some foamy secretions from the nose. There could be evidence of crepitance. Crepitance means collection of air in the subcutaneous tissue. So the body might have gone various degree of decompositional changes, okay, or postmortem changes. There could be some form of injury. So one needs to decide, are these injury acute or resolving? Are they related to antemortem injury or postmortem injury? So one should not confuse these two. Most of the time in antemortem injuries, you may have what is called vital reaction. So there is a need to take tissue to be examined. Fully mount inflammatory response when it is alive. You also need to look out for supportive evidence in drowning. Next. This is just an example of a body that was found at the bank of a river. Next, you can see that it has undergone some form of decompositional changes as evidenced by extensive postmortem peeling. Please go back to the previous slide. You can see that there is extensive postmortem peeling and what is described by pathologists as marbling. Marbling means this when the blood vessel, okay, in the skin is being exposed. So you can see that even the hair, the scalp of the hair is beginning to peel off. Next. Now, this is a very important finding in terms of drowning. We tend to call it a washerwoman's hand. It's like when, women are, when you are laundering clothes, okay, after 30 minutes, you can see that there is wrinkling of the hand, both the front and the back of the hand, and it tends to be whitish. Now, these
All right, guys, here we're going on. I just see somebody ask, what's the name of the Zelle, my brother? All right, go. The Zelle number is scrolling on the screen, guys, because you know Zelle is not a name, but you guys could get it by the number. So the Zelle number is scrolling right after the Cash App. So anybody want to donate to the Cash App, donate to the channel, whether it's Cash App or Zelle, the number is scrolling on the screen. All right, guys? Thanks a lot.
Feature only implies that the body was immersed in water or submerged in water, but it is not actually an evidence of a true drowning. So one should not take this for a face value that the person had died of drowning. It implies that this body has been retrieved from water, and the effect of water may cause certain changes. Okay, next.
Well, we know that wasn't the Then now we see on Angelo. What am I saying, Angelo? Big up my friend Angelo. Everywhere you're there. Big up to you. Big up your husband. Big up the whole family. Everybody. You know what I mean? Respect and manners. That is not what we saw upon Adriana and Shahan didn't squinch up like though. Shahan had a white mark, like something burned or something. You understand? So we know that for a fact. Let me get two more when this man done. We're going to dive in and definitely open the phone lines and let me hear what you guys have to say. Okay, guys? All right.
So for the internal examination, some form of decompositional changes can also be evident of varying degree. There could be some minute hemorrhages, okay, in the internal organ, on the surface of the internal organs. However, these findings are not specific. There could be some form of frothy secretion which can be found in the trachea and in the mainstream bronchi, which can also be seen, in terms of the nostril. So the lung may be congested, okay, it may contain a lot of water, which is called in medical parlance as pulmonary edema. Occasionally, it may acquire a lot of air, okay, leading to dilatation or expansion of the air spaces in the lung, and this is called emphysema. This emphysema eventually may lead to hyperinflation of the lungs in such a way that there is overriding of the lung and they tend to cover the heart, okay? So there could be some organ changes, and these organ changes may be of lethal potential. So there could be evidences that the person may have died of natural causes, okay, either due to cardiovascular events, or it could be some metabolic condition, okay. So most of these are basically natural causes of death, which are not related to drowning. Occasionally also, these causes of death may predispose to drowning. In other words, it could be a risk factor for drowning. Next. Now, histological evaluation is essential in terms of drowning. So the histological evidences that we may see, again, these evidences are not necessarily organ specific, okay, to say that somebody had drowned. But however, the evidences that can be seen are dilatation of the alveoli and the elongation and thinning of the alveolar septa. These are the tiny spaces in between the air spaces, okay, or the tiny septum, a boundary in between the air spaces. So the lung may be congested with blood, it may be filled with water, all right? Because of the asphyxia, that is the interruption of blood supply or oxygen supply to the brain, this may cause brain damage, okay? And is evidenced by what is known as acute neuronal injury. So it caused a clinical condition that is called hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. Now, during drowning, what happened is that most of the time you may have this phenomena that is called the diving reflex. So in the diving reflex, the body tends to prioritize the vital organs at the expense of the gastrointestinal tract. So essentially, there is shunting of blood into the brain, the adrenal gland, and including the lung. So therefore, there is going to be some ischemic changes in the mucosa of the gastrointestinal tract. Now, there's a lot of talk regarding this diatomaceous material. Now, diatomaceous material is basically a silicaceous microscopic algae, which is usually found in water. So please let's go next slide so that I can give some details regarding this.
Very good. We understand what's going on there indeed. You understand? So we ain't got to run no more further. We ain't got to do nothing no more, because we ain't got Dexter. It look like Dexter Todd come back on this live here, so wherever they teach us and show us, they show us. We're not going to listen to everybody. No, we're not going to do that. But basically, we already know that it is what it is, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we already know that for a fact. It is what it is. That she didn't drown by... Okay, we got Dr. Todd. All right, let me hear about Dr. Todd. And then...
It's at a cost of $50. And to join, to reach us, and also the recordings and presentation will also be available for those who need the certificate after the payment of $50. Sorry, so Dr. Dexter Todd, please kindly give the final closing remarks. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, Dr. Abby, before Dr. Dexter Todd comes on board. All right, so we are, just like she said, there will be certificates for participation on this, and those certificates will be signed by IGDEP UK and then sent to the various participants who have paid for the certificate. We are not charging you for this webinar. It's part of our own corporate social responsibilities to those who identify with us. But for us to give you certificate for whatever, webinar series you attend, you will need to pay just a token of $50 for that. So thank you very much. Dr. Dexter Todd, thank you very much for being on this call and for your time. I don't know what time it is at Guyana. Please take over the mic. Thank you, and over.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our global chair. Thank you so much, our global president, in relation to this very wonderful, informative webinar. Thank you so much to all our presenters. I do feel as and express as a Guyanese, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve as your deputy president for this very wonderful academy. And I really am thankful that you were able to serve the Caribbean, Guyana, and the wider world very well this evening with putting this very informative webinar together. I know they
Sorry,
were.
Dr. Dexter Todd, sorry. Are there people joining from Guyana?
Oh,
On this call?
there are thousands of persons joining from Guyana, and
Wow, we can't see the
they're all
participants, so we are
rooting.
not. Wow, that's
They're all
nice.
rooting for the presentations tonight.
Probably we'll bring the next global conference to Guyana.
Okay, I am sure. I'm sure they will all welcome you to this very beautiful land of ours. Should you decide to bring the conference here, as we have had a very wonderful conference in Cameroon.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know that a lot of the questions, and I was looking back again at some of the questions, and I realized that one of the questions that keep reoccurring a lot is the issue of vertical position in relation to the floating of the body. Will the body come up in a vertical position after a certain period of time, so forth? I do apologize to the many persons who were asking that questions. We were not able to flag you in time. Our support team probably missed that. I
Okay,
don't
sorry,
know.
Dr. Dexter, for any question unanswered, okay?
Yes.
We'll be ready to take those questions in the platform if you are able to add that person in our platform, okay? We could create the platform for these participants so that they could, if we have further concerns or questions, we could respond to them there, okay? However, we are very open to responding to anything, anytime, any day, so that at least our intention is to satisfy the participants who come on our call. Okay, so if there are more questions, please do well to post them on our platform and we'll supply responses to them. We are also open for any form of question, investigations, or whatever, okay? Should there be need for that, okay? Thank you very
Thank you.
much for
Thank you.
that.
Thank you so much. But it's been a good, I would say 3 hours. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Guyana. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for all our participants around the continent. Thank you so much for all our participants in the Caribbean, North America, Canada, England, in the UK. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us. Again, we want to say thank you for joining us. Please do listen out for the future webinars, and please do seek to be a part of it. I can tell you, experts. We have a number of experts who are from all over the world who are part of this academy. And the wonderful thing about this academy is that we are able to pull experts in any particular field within moments' notice. All right. So please do follow us at
Shout out to Dr. Todd, man. You know what it is. We're going to continue the vibe definitely up in the building. Shout out to everybody that definitely checking in on the ones and threes. Vibe definitely. Sorry about that. Yeah, guys, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that checking in. Like up the live, guys. Like up the live. like the live up. Yeah, I don't know what we're dealing with, right? So we can jump into some more videos as we continue with Adriana. But let's go to a quick ad break, and then we're gonna be back with you guys. All right, let's get this.
One thing I desire, plenty money, let the Henny take me higher. One thing I desire, a peace of mind, another rum to cool my temper, to cool my temper. It's your girl Kaya, singer-songwriter from Guyana. And whenever I need to listen to all the latest news, updates, gossips, anything, I listen to Let's Talk the Ting TV. Everything surrounding Guyana in the diaspora, all the latest news and everything, I don't miss it. So y'all don't miss it either. Big up yourself, Let's Talk the Ting TV. It's where it's at. One thing I desire, plenty money, let the Henny take me higher.
Brooklyn, New York, Wagwan is all about Miss Spotlight Zalima presents the return of royalty. Yes, the return of royalty.
And she's royal.
Saturday the 31st of May, our road leads to Club 718, that's 922 Remsen Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to all the royal women and all the royal men. Mark this down on your calendars, you cannot miss this one. Admission tickets is only $30. Make sure you get there early. Music provided by Natty Samuels, DJ Neville, Superlex, Unity Family and Selector Fry. Remember, it's all about the return of royalty. Saturday the 31st of May 2025. Miss Spotlight Zalima, we doing it again.
Give thanks, me alive, yeah, the blessing does a flow upon me.
Talk the things, me comfy talk the things, you hear? Talk the things, me comfy talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things, me comfy talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa! Talk the things, me comfy.
You know, we in business or we in school face. All right, let me jump into Melly Mel. Now, this is kind of interesting, guys. It's gonna be crazy. I tell you, today night gonna be crazy. 2 hours, we up in the building. Shout out to everybody that definitely in the building. The person that asked me for a cash, the Zelle number or the Zelle information, you guys can let me know whenever you donate so I could shout it out for you guys. All right. Nevertheless, man, you know what it is. Like I said, shout out to everybody that is in the building. Now, this is Melly Mel exposing some stuff. You know what I mean? Let me hear what's going on. Melly Mel break it down. Yeah, man, Melly Mel do your thing. Yeah.
That child wasn't there being murdered.
Did your thing. Let's hear this.
So we all saw a live murder of a child. We all watch a live murder of a child.
Calling out the president. He was calling him out completely. But why are you coming for me? Like, why are you treating me like shit? I don't understand that. From where I live and where I come from and stuff, like, I could have said 100 times a day, this isn't my place. I've got people in my own backyard dying. I keep getting attacked every day. Like, you're not even from Guyana. This isn't your business. This isn't your problem and stuff.
And this messed up. You know, this messed up for know that we have, and if furthermore, first and foremost, if these people that is attacking this white girl here at this said moment is from Guyana, they messed up. That's crazy. You know what I mean? But it's the level of people that they have. Now, I'm going to break it down quick and fast before we go into the video. Now, like I told you guys, I have multiple YouTube channels. This is not my only YouTube channel. All right? Now, I had my first YouTube channel, FF Vibes Radio. I have. And when I started to do it, a lot of persons used to tell me the same thing. And I'm talking about people from Jamaica. No disrespect to the Jamaicans. But they had this one person, not a lot of person, this one person used to there for me live, you know, going on, why you don't go and vlog cricket? Why you don't go and vlog calypso? Why you vlogging Jamaican thing for? Like, I was up in Jamaican business. I wasn't like, you know, like how this channel is go hard with Guyana situation and things. That's what I was getting from this man telling me things. So I could understand. That's why I'm saying if it's people from Guyana or anywhere in the world telling this white girl that she shouldn't pursue by helping the family with seeking justice, because everybody that we see on board with Adriana death, yes, the 11-year-old girl that died in the pool, like I tell y'all, I have an 11-year-old daughter and I love she. I would kill for she. She not even know how crazy I is for she. Yep. I telling you, she not even know. But I telling you, this could be anybody daughter. Anybody. And I appreciate everybody from around the world, whether you're from Japan, Israel, Australia, you're talking English, and you supporting Adriana death for justice for this girl. We appreciate you. Anybody else that reaching out to persons that broadcasting it or talking about it or vlogging about it, we love you guys. Anybody who have an objection to that, fake off. Just go away, just go. Yeah, just go. Because we have time with you. We need everybody on board. Everybody on board. The Russians, the Germans, everybody we need on board helping to crack this and have justice for the family. So we ain't got time with people. Right? Let me get back into this.
Welcome to BC Entertainment.
So yes, my people, welcome back to the channel. Big up on yourself and hope you have a blessed and a wonderful day. And if you're new to the channel, you don't know what we do. Some people will have a lady when you Melly Mel expose PPP government connection to Double D Hotel in Tushen, Guyana. My people, stick around. I'm gonna make you hear what this lady have to say. And also inside this video, we have the one and holy Haley saying Adriana father being disrespectful to her when all she is doing is trying to help. And this Adriana young case and her own people and her own country, I tell her that she need to follow this Adriana thing alone because she is not from Guyana. Jaja, and these people make it seems like if you're not from a
That's my 11-year-old daughter, guys. That's my 11-year-old daughter. Just drag she just let her see for a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's get back into it. Hold on. Yeah, man. Let's get back into this.
country, you must not talk what go on in a feed them country, my people. But you know, I'm gonna make only hear mel officer because a lot of things we are here pre this.
Here's how I got my team to use Monday Sales CRM and actually like it. Let me start by saying it's so easy to use that
Because while they were outside and everybody was outside, that child was in there being murdered. So we all saw a live murder of a child. We all watched a live murder of a child. We watched it while we were out there. At some point in time, that child was being murdered in Double D Hotel. Because they didn't kill her when they took her right away. And I'm saying that because...
Hold on a minute, before we continue, guys. Wait a minute before we continue with the live. We have to notify and we have to acknowledge everybody that definitely donate to the channel. You understand? Like I said, what did I just now say? You guys heard? What did you hear what I just now said? We have to acknowledge and respect everybody that donate to the channel. We gotta say big up Simone for the $100 Zelle donation to the channel. Jesus Christ. Wow, this is crazy. Already Simone for the $100 Zelle donation to the channel. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, big up to everybody that definitely dropped their donation. Your donation is to better the channel. That's what we're talking about, all right? So I really appreciate everybody for donating. Like I said, if you're interested in donating to the channel, you guys could donate by a super chat or a super sticker. Just hit the $ that you're seeing on whatever device that you're using. Also, you could donate by being a member of the channel. That is only $2 a month. All right, I'm going to paste the link is already pasted in the chat inside the comment section already. Jesus Christ, I didn't do it. Let me see if I could ever do it. I must do it and then pin it. Alright, cool. I didn't pin it. My bad. Alright, cool. Yeah, like I said, you guys could definitely donate by being a member of the channel. The link is going to be pinned in the comment section, or you guys could donate by dropping anything in the Cash App and in the Zelle that is provided at the bottom of the screen, scrolling. All right, once again, Simone, we thank you for the $100 donation, the $100 Zelle donation. Okay.
You know it's Mr.
Let's get this.
The grandmother discovered that she was missing like instantly from the time they couldn't find her. It's not like she was missing a couple of hours before the grandmother realized that she was, it was 2, 3, 4 hours before the grandmother realized that she was, no, it was just a couple minutes when the grandmother realized that she was missing. And her being missing was just a couple of minutes when the grandmother realized 1:33 she was in the pool. At 1 something, the grandmother don't realize that your granddaughter missed.
Viewers and subscribers, the link for the membership is pinned in the comment section. So if you're interested, guys, hit the link, be a member of the channel. I'm trying to grow our membership. I'm trying to grow the member of the YouTube channel. Let's Start a Thing TV. So if you're interested, do be a member of the channel. Being a member of the channel, you get a lot of chance to win a lot of things, get a lot of gifts, get a lot of perks, get a lot of stuff. It's not just being a member, you get back when you be a member of the channel. So you guys, please, if you're interested, hit the membership link that is in the comment section right now, all right?
Listen, so for those of you that are trying to blame that grandmother, yeah, don't do it. Because she was very alert. And she was alert enough that within...
But people saying that to the grandmother in something, because somebody sent me something telling me that the grandmother is in this thing. I'm not sure. I don't want to believe, but oh my God, Janu.
Couple of minutes of that young lady going missing, of that child going missing, she realized that her granddaughter was missing and she started looking for her. So it wasn't 1 hour, oh, some people saying, oh, she's negligent. No. It wasn't 1 hour, it wasn't 2 hours, it wasn't 3 hours this woman realized that your grandchild missing. It's right away she realized your grandchild missing and she started looking for her. Which means that we were outside while all of us were searching and cussing and going on the internet, while Auntie Laura was live and all of that. At some point in time, that child was being murdered. So we all witnessed a live murder. I mean, we didn't see it with our naked eyes, but we all was online, we all was looking for Adriana, we all were praying for Adriana while she was being murdered.
Real thing.
We saw it, we witnessed it, we live it. So I want that to sink in, that we witnessed a child being murdered live, and this government went out of their way to protect that hotel, to protect the proprietor, to protect the owners of that hotel, to protect the owner. They have done everything in their power to protect. Now, and I'm going to give you, not in this life, because I'm about to go now, but in another life, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you Double D Hotel, the amount of license that Double D Hotel have, who is fronting those licenses, because Double D Hotel don't do nothing in the oil and gas sector, have nothing to do with the oil and gas sector, but they were fronting businesses for government officials.
Some of viewers and subscribers, that's our mail officer, want to jump.
Channel start. And I don't like with these things, you know. Alright, let me listen what she said.
Thoughts on that down in the comment section. We even see a person leave a comment and said they would have gone to look for her when they say she went into a car. Some people want to see that. Right now, I'm going to hear Haley have to say right here.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way.
You don't know when you're watching a video upon YouTube or YouTube thing is already.
Read this.
Calling out the president. He was calling him out completely.
But
why are you coming for me? Like, why are you treating me like shit? I don't understand that. I don't understand. I don't understand anyone else who could be doing more, particularly like from where I live and where I come from and stuff. Like, I could have said 100 times a day, this isn't my place. I've got people in my own backyard dying. I keep getting attacked every day. Like, you're not even from Guyana. This isn't your business. This isn't your problem and stuff. No, because no one else in the family is treating me like that. Not like visibly being horrible. You did a live today and you said, I want international people to help so that everyone knows about Adriana and stuff. So I'm messaging you saying, like, I just want you to be reassured that we are working towards it every day. Like, I'm from the UK, I'm talking about every day, we're getting attention, people know what happened. And you reply like, kind of like, shush, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear you, you don't want to, he was told you again for it. Kiki, I've proven myself. I've made videos where I've showed I'm not making any money from it, that I can't possibly make money for it. I've proven it by showing videos from Guyana and videos from Canada, the difference in what I can make. So how could I've messaged him and said, where can I get your family money? Can I buy you a new phone? I've still been ignored. So how can he be mad at me for that? Like, I've proven 100 times over. I won't stop helping Adriana, because the more people like that treat me like that, the more I'm thinking, what the f is going on? You're on a live saying you want.
Block. I was waiting to actually do a program like I promised, but all right. So let me address a few things. Let me start with the last post that I just made about the young lady that was that was abused. It was abused. She was abused. But this is something that has been happening to her for years. All her friends, all her family have been inboxing me saying, oh, this boy have been beating this young lady mercilessly for years. They've been together since they were in high school. She got 3 kids for him. His mother owned up that they would have. You have to create fake profile. You gotta cost me email. You gotta cost me. How much shooting they cover down? It's every day the people firing shots at the soldiers, them at the border. 4 different locations every single day. They shooting at the soldiers, them. But them ain't coming out for tell y'all, dog, because they don't want to get y'all. They don't want to get the people in Region 1 and execute on them, get them worked up and afraid. But that is the reality. That is the truth. The Venezuelan soldiers are attacking the Guyanese soldiers every single day at the border. What he tighten up? Tell the people the truth. Come out here and tell the people the truth. The soldiers shoot, the Venezuelan soldiers shooting at Guyanese. Did they write across? I get the video. The girl send me the video. The girl, if you see, listen. If you see how the soldiers are set up.
Let me just speed up, right? So don't worry on.
On the Venezuelan border. If you see, like, I can stand right over here and look over there and I could see they set up. The people get war tank. The people them camp is bare guns. And it's soldiers, hundreds of soldiers. Ask them for send y'all what GDF sleep, what the GDF soldiers sleeping. When rain fall, is a little tent and a little thing. This is how they get this. This is how they get the soldiers at the border. Again, how they defending the border. This is how they get the soldiers at the border. The time they taking for invest money. You understand? The $10 million we are paying lobbyists for and them kind of thing. Why y'all ain't investing it on the why y'all ain't investing it in the borders? Why y'all ain't calling in for help? Y'all this government wasting a set of money on unnecessary things. And the soldiers them at the border suffering, them ain't even get food. And he talking about he's securing border. Securing what border? And then, you notice, here's the funny thing. Here Jagio funny. Every time he know that he government in trouble and that either they about to lose this upcoming election or they about to become a minority government, he just suddenly start talking about power sharing. oh, power sharing have to do with trust and this and that. The only time you just hear Jack you're talking about power sharing is when he know he about to lose the next election, or he know the country and his people and his supporters are upset with him. So now all of a sudden he start talking about power sharing. Jack didn't want to share power with nobody. He like all the power. He like controlling everything. So don't be fooled. Jack is not interested in no power sharing. None at all.
Remember, many know what going on with you, Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Lily, big up.
The time he's interested in power sharing is when Venezuela about to attack and he need the opposition, or if he don't do the maths and he realize that they coming out of office at the next election. Why you feeling calling there was to call early elections? Why you feeling calling early elections no more? They're trying to drag it out as much as possible, because they're trying to thief and secure themselves as much as possible, just in case they come out in the upcoming election. So when they come out from the elections, they're rich. They don't thief all the gaffer thief. Why you feel if I'm asking for sell GPL? Hey. Yeah. Take the 4 to Diamond and walk with 5. I'm sending a number to you. I'm waiting for the person to text it. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Yes, critics, see us get business to do business. Yes. Well, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, anytime he about to lose election, or he feel as though he parties in jeopardy of losing the next election, he start talking about power sharing. Just in case they lose, he could start pushing this thing about power. He could start pushing this talk about power sharing again. Why you didn't talking about power sharing since you go in? Eh? Every time he about to lose the election and you realize they're about to lose, he start talking about power sharing. Suddenly he want cooperate with the opposition. He want bring everybody together. He want power sharing. All the rest of the time when they enjoying the sweet and thief in the money, he want hear nothing but power sharing. Now all of a sudden he talking about power sharing and need to be a level of trust and this and that and all kind of thing. Jack didn't want to share power with nobody. None. So don't be fooled. Right now, they're back against the wall. They don't know what Venezuela is going to do. They're asking the U.S. for help, hoping that the U.S. will step in and help. But at the same time, they're asking the U.S. for help. But the Chinese reaping the benefit of all of Guyana natural resources. The Chinese carrying all away.
Why you want to know? So, if the Chinese, you're there thinking with the Chinese, why you don't let the Chinese represent you? China got some sad thing, you know what I mean? Some sad guns and some sad bombs and some sad missile. Why you let them? This will show you how the government messed up. Now, you want help from the government, but you're messing with one of the government enemy. How really you think this government is going to help you? Me understand. Now, we all know that if America help us, even if, right? Even if these man them, the Venezuelan them attack we and kill out how much soldiers, We still got to wait for America come from wherever they're there before they reach. Now, we all know that America is not helping us freely. If America helping us, it's because they're seeing our aisle. You know, at this said moment here, Mr. Donald Trump is not doing nothing for nobody for free. If you're not contributing or if you ain't got nothing to contribute, obviously you're looking thin. So when I see the same Chinese people them that Guyana linky with or having them in our country, and the same Venezuela people we saw in Russia day before yesterday, a few days ago, with the assembly or whatever they had was going on. The same Chinese people. Now, you know, anybody that linky with Russia is who against America. Because we all know what America is about. Alright? So it's logics, it's common sense. Even if, now you hear me, Mel say every day people are shooting, and we even know that because when we was watching the interview with the brigadier, how he was acting alone, he was acting off, he was acting off, like he wasn't, like something wasn't right. We know that for a fact that these band of them is rushing Guyanese soldiers. Because why? We're not dissing Guyanese soldiers, but we know they're not equipped with them kind of ambush with these band of them capable of. And then the equipment that Venezuela have, the guns I'm speaking about, that Venezuela have, is some serious guns. It's not no normal thing.
The Chinese reaping the benefit of all of Guyana resources, but you asking the American for help.
Same thing I just now said.
But you there begging the American for help. You got pick a struggle. It's China or America.
Same thing I just now said.
Y'all know Trump don't play. Trump say, pick your struggle. China or America.
Obviously.
You can't serve two
Obviously.
masters.
Can't do
So
it.
y'all gotta decide what y'all want to do. Pick your struggle, Jack. But you can't get rid of the Chinese. You know why you can't get rid of the Chinese? Because he and Afan, all them collecting the Chinese money. All of them brokering deal and collecting the Chinese money. All them get taught, all them get brokers like Sue. They get enough Sue now. Back in Jack Dio days, they had Sue that used to broker between Jack Dio and Sue. Right now, they get enough Chinese brokers. So all them brokering deal, Afan get your own Chinese broker, Jack Dio get all them brokering deal. Then you get critics hustling for rob. All them new companies that come in the country, critics brokering deal too.
No, when you talk about corruption, it's full corruption. Imagine, right? Everybody trying to rob everybody. Me understand what going on there? Everybody trying to rob everybody. This will show you what Yo, I is love. Everybody trying to rob everybody. Me not understand what going on.
So he using Jagdio's name as Jagdio's his friend, and he could get you meeting with this minister and this office. And if you're hello, critics is a bad can man. You know, you can't hear critics to sell himself. Critics say he's the best friend of the VP, and he could get you in this room, and he could get you in that room, and he could get this contract for you and that contract for you. This is how critics is sell himself. This is our fraud man like critics. They sell himself. This government, and he know that he could rob these people and get rid. You know why? Again, he know that he is protected by his best friend, the vice president. He know that the government will protect him. You know what people critics owe, and they're frightened for talk. When they come and tell me they don't even want I post, because they're frightened that they get victimized. Critics robbing Jack Dio friends them, you rich friends them. The same people who they want turn around and ask to come back. Y'all get critics robbing these people. Then you want to come back and ask these same people to vote for you in the next election, to support you. When y'all get people like critics robbing them, robbing businesses, robbing businessmen and all kind of thing. Make it make sense. The people them frightened for talk, because they're afraid of victimization. Because it's the big critics. Jack Dio best friend. Mind you, I don't know if y'all noticed, but the government been trying to ease him. See, trying with this whole me being locked up ICE and Odessa story, trying to use it to get in back a little bit with them. He posting this and he posting that. Y'all notice he don't do the morning live now. He want hold the government at ransom for money. He ain't getting ads, he ain't getting this, he ain't getting that, cause he broke. He owe people and he broke. So you want hold Jack, you know what, ransom, they must give you state ad and they must give you this. Mind you, Department of Public DPI don't pay he, you know. DPI taxpayer money just pay he. All them ads and them things you running, he's get paid for. But he want more state ads. He want more government ads. And he is upset because he ain't getting more government ads and state ads. So he holding out for the morning program. Cause you know the program they used to use if he come out.
Let me take two calls. Hello, good morning.
Attack people and abuse people and cuss people and call them hungry belly and licorice and whore and slut and all these things. He's used the platform for do that on behalf of the PPP. Cause it's them they send you out. Just like how they use Guyana Daily News, just like how Jack did use Guyana Daily News to do all these scared tactics and all these things to put out propaganda out there. It's just that they just use critics, but I guess they want critics no more right now because they get Guyana Daily News doing critics work. You understand? So basically, holding the government, he trying for war, he trying for weaselly way. Jack, you been avoiding him. Every Thursday, you notice how Jack is embarrassing every Thursday at the press conference. He know he's so stupid. He know when he getting embarrassed. Jack is embarrassing in a smart way. Jack just embarrassed that in a smart way. He know embarrassment from invitation. They always so dunce. He pick up that. Then here now, when the man done finish the press conference on Thursday, apparently, Jack Joe likes to go to was it Starbucks? Starbucks Cafe. It's that y'all have at the mall on the East Bank. But I won't know because remember the shy me out the country, so I ain't really know what's going on in Guyana right now. I just talking. So Starbucks Cafe. Starbucks, right? I think it's Starbucks Cafe y'all have. So when Jack Dio left his press conference on Thursday, normally he goes at Starbucks Cafe in Guyana and he have a coffee and he sit down there. Jack Dio, somebody tell Jack Dio, critics this follow there. Critics now, this they're following the man to Starbucks Cafe just so people could see he liming with him and take out pictures and so. Use done now as the next. There is evidence for the next person that he about to rob. So every time Jack Dio go to Starbucks Cafe, he's get somebody waiting for take out a picture with he and Jack Dio. When the person take out the picture with he and Jack Dio now, a recent picture, when he going for rob these people here, he's tell them, you don't see? I was just with Jack Dio. We were discussing business. This is how you robbing the company. We were discussing all them company from India, them Trinidadians. Here we tell the Trini company, here the girl say tell me, what? He didn't negotiate.
Phone lines are open, guys.
He's only negotiate $1 billion deals. And if he's getting them into these rooms to meet all these people, then they have to pay $25 million up front. That is just for talking and getting him in his room. Wait, man. So much power you get critics. Critics getting $25 million just for introduce company, oil and gas company, for get certificate and this thing. Is who critics, I confuse. Since when critics turn a negotiator? This is how critics are robbing people. Using Jack Dio name. And he meeting and he pictures and them. Every time they go out and they meet, he's sending this and this. So he negotiating and robbing people on behalf of the government. And then these same people coming out, if you tell, come out and vote and encourage people to come out and vote. When you get critics who are robbing all of your friends them. And they're frightened for talk, they're frightened for come to y'all. Well, suppose that I didn't talk about. For those of you that wants to know, I know a lot of people had a lot of questions about when I was locked up, what happened and those things. I promised myself that I was going to keep that for like my TikTok gaff. Like I'm gonna tell y'all like day 1, day 2, day 3, like what happened, what the food is like, what the condition was like, where I was kept, what we had to do, and all these things. I'm gonna do like I promise that I'm gonna do like a little mini documentary and just like put it on my TikTok channel so that y'all could go look at it, see like I've been writing. You know the book that they said was a Bible.
Now let me see what guy now is Shimo.
I had him. None of y'all can do nothing without the go ahead of the VP. So we talk about you were prepared to do, you prepared to do. Very dramatic. Oh, she lied and I was this and I was that and I was that. Oh no. I was this and I was that. I was there. I was this and I was that. You ain't prepared to do nothing. But shut your mouth. But now that y'all finally lady lie, it's like, oh, finally, you can't blame the guy in a public hospital for something. This was a lie. So you come out swinging, oh, I was this and said the gift summons to me husband. So it was all of this was a setup going for the OPP all PP just come with one tricks over and same tricks. Right? So that's why they bought the inferior generator. That is why they blame the GPL for it. And that is why they keep allowing GPL to run down. As we would say, Guyanese, they're allowing GPL to run down. They have contract workers that they want to get rid of. Because Airfon is in negotiation with this company, Energy Power, out of the DR. Like you guys see, if you go and read the proposal that I put, read section 4, page 4, or the part at mark 4, read that document properly. You will see what the company is proposing. They want to own 51% of GPL, which he wants to sell to them.
This right here, somebody linked me and tell me that right now GPL getting sold to somebody else right now, and they lay off but 50 persons. Right now people ain't getting money. Nobody ain't get pay up to now. Yo, is real craziness happening in Guyana right now.
And then, if they should get back in power for this election coming, they're going to sell another 49% to some other company that they're in talks with. So GPL will no longer belongs to the government. It will no longer belongs to Guyanese. He wants to sell GPL and then get...
We got boycott GPL. We got for boycott GPL.
He gets a percentage. The president gets...
I vex me rich for launch a telecom company.
A percentage.
I swear.
Every month. Of course, he can do a little back deal. This, the. Talking about though, another run is like one. You see them turnkey houses that supposed to be for Guyanese? That they're giving all the friends and supporters in Queens. Ask them how much people from Queens. How much of the friends and the supporters that living over here in the US that get house and living and working over here own them turnkey houses? Guyanese and own them. They're giving them to everybody overseas, cause them over that's living here in Queens and is living in the US and stuff. They have the money to pay the bribe money. So they're paying the $1 and the $2 million bribe, and they're the one that getting access to those young professional houses, especially the young professional one. They are selling it to the friends and family that live in the US. Guyanese are not benefiting from them. 1 and 2 that might know somebody benefiting from them, but basically people that are living in the US are getting those young professional houses. There's another racket going on. Don't be fooled. Yeah, so Irfan Ali is in talks to sell GPL. Read through the document for those of you who haven't seen it. Go back on my page, you'll see the documents. Read through back the documents and things. And guess who sent the information for me to put it out there? So I don't know if y'all know, but Anil Nandalal brother is the CEO for GPL. Yes. Anil Nandalal brother is the CEO for GPL. So Anil and his brother has been fighting back and forth because Irfan allegedly have Anil's brother as a broker for he and these companies that he wants to give contract with GPL with that he wants to sell. In January, they went on a private jet and they went and meet the owner of this company, this new company that is looking to buy GPL. He sent Anil brother, and I said to them was the people that the company sent a private jet to them for them, and they went to the DR and meet with these people already. So talks are already in to sell GPL. They already went and talked to these people. Anil brother is the broker, allegedly, and he's the one that's being.
Alright, I want to speed up. Let me see what again. I want to hear what ADRIANA.
I just attack people personally. If I used to attack people personally, and I would have lay a wife, I don't know about them. So I care about working. They're not being paid to work. They're not being paid. So this work gave the orders for stations to sign off on those vehicles. So now y'all come for you. Hold up. Not so fast. We didn't sign this. We never said this. You're welcome to visit. We were missing. She realized that her granddaughter was a child.
All right.
And they had to believe that if they kill this child, this ADRIANA situation, for the presidency, I want to say kudos to, hold up, not so fast. We didn't sign this, or we don't want promises no more. So, my Amrina brothers and this ADRIANA situation open a lot of people's eyes, and they realize they're seeing this government for exactly who they be. Because ADRIANA could have been any one of us. Could have been any one of we child. ADRIANA could have been any one of us child. So this situation is exposing this government for exactly who they be. And like Ronald R. Austin said, I read one of his posts back from a few days ago. The owners of Double D Hotel had to be very confident, and they had to believe that if they killed this child, they would have been able to get away with it, because they would have been protected by the powers that be. They know that the government was going to protect them. They know that when they kill ADRIANA, that they were going to be protected. They get friends and family in high places that were going to protect them. So I'm saying all of this to say, for those of you, all of those of you that was on Auntie Laura Live that night, we, the world, we saw, we basically witnessed, because while they were outside and everybody was outside, that child was in there being murdered. So we all saw a live murder of a child. We all watch a live murder of a child.
Straight.
We watched it while we were out there. At some point in time, that child was being murdered in Double D Hotel. Because they didn't kill her when they took her right away. And I'm saying that because the grandmother discovered that she was missing like instantly from the time they couldn't find her. It's not like she was missing a couple of hours before the grandmother realized that she was, it was 2, 3, 4 hours before the grandmother realized that she was, no, it was just a couple minutes when the grandmother realized that she was missing. And her being missing was just a couple of minutes when the grandmother realized 1:33 she was in the pool. At 1 something, the grandmother don't realize that your granddaughter missing. So for those of you that are trying to blame that grandmother, yeah, don't do it. Because she was very alert, and she was alert enough that within a couple of minutes of that young lady going missing, of that child going missing, she realized that her granddaughter was missing, and she started looking for her. So it wasn't 1 hour, oh, some people saying, oh, she negligent. No, it wasn't 1 hour, it wasn't 2 hours, it wasn't 3 hours this woman realized that your grandchild missing. It's right away she realized your grandchild missing, and she started looking for her. So they couldn't have had time to kill her as soon as they took her. Which means that we were outside while all of us were searching and cussing and going on the internet, while Auntie Laura was live and all of that. At some point in time, that child was being murdered. So we all witnessed a live murder. I mean, we didn't see it with our naked eyes, but we all was online. We all was looking for ADRIANA. We all were praying for ADRIANA while she was being murdered. We saw it, we witnessed it, we live it. So I want that to sink in, that we witnessed a child being murdered alive, and this government went out of their way to protect that hotel, to protect the proprietor, to protect the owners of that hotel, to protect Double D owner. They have done everything in their power to protect. Now, And I'm going to give you, not in this life, because I'm about to go now, but in another life, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you Double D Hotel, the amount of license that Double D Hotel have, who is fronting those licenses, because Double D Hotel don't do nothing in the oil and gas sector, have nothing to do with the oil and gas sector, but they were fronting businesses for government officials. They were funding oil and gas businesses for government ministers. And I'm going to get into that in another life. That is why they had all those licenses to waste disposable and all those things. That weren't their business. They were fronting businesses for government officials. I will get y'all into that in another life. I'm going.
Yo, big up to Melly Mel. We love you. And by now, every single body supposed to know what's going on with this government, bro. That's why everybody calling me, texting me, inboxing me. Why this government protecting this man, this Double D Hotel? Why this government, where is it with this man? But there's a strong connection with this man and the government. This man and the government got so much going on. Ritual, business, this, because this man is family member with the government. You understand? So obviously, that is why he's being protected. But one thing I know, don't matter how much you try to be protected with wrongful doing, it's going to come to light. We're going to know what went on. Not by now, I'll know. We know. We done crack the case over. We don't know what's going on. It's just for the normal procedure now for happen. Because, you know, it's not a we say, them say, or we say. When we done say, we done show, we have to go through the law. Oh yeah, I see the live that I showed earlier, whereby Dr. Todd and the rest of pathologists, there's not normal persons was on that live. That was pathologists, doctors. Every one of them was doctor that implicate, break down the analysis when it comes to drowning. So we literally, absolutely, basically, definitely, Ali Lee, Al Jet Lee, Bruce Lee, the Lee family, that Adriana didn't die in the pool or she didn't die by drowning. We know that. Come on, guys. We know that. It's level of intelligence, boy. We know what's going on, bro. That's why we said justice, no peace. We're not going to stop talking about Adriana. I put myself on the line. Like I said, guys, and I'm going to say it again, look out. We soon get the link with the father and the mother of Adriana on this platform. So you guys look out for the posts so you could be notified. I'm trying to work hard. I'm waiting on their family member to set the link, but so far, what I've heard is that the link is going to happen. They already spoke to the family members. They linked me today, but I think they had blackout on the end. So you know when Guyana got blackout, where's up with the Wi-Fi? So basically she was calling from Wi-Fi and she wasn't getting on. Wherever it is. But the tag done make and the deal done set. Just waiting now to get on to the father and the mother of Adriana, and we're going to have them on the platform where they have some questions, some real questions I want to ask. It's nothing comparing or pertaining to anything that is going to be tampering with the case as it comes, we're going to be tampering with no case. I have some questions I want to ask, and I want to ask them when me and them talk. I want to get the grandmother also on the live, because people are saying that the grandmother is mixed up in or have something to do with the unaliving of Adriana, which I don't believe. neither the cousin, I don't believe, but it's life we living in. So I'm going to try my best to get the grandmother also on the live when I get the mother and the father. So we're going to have all three of them on the platform. Definitely going to be conversating. And we're going to be asking some questions and breaking it down. So guys, look out. It might be Monday or it might be Tuesday, the latest. But as soon as we get on to them, we're going to set the deal because they already know about the deal and it's going to happen. And everything is going to be plugged in and everything is going to be all right? So you know the code. That was it for the show. I'm going to pull the curtains down. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. We tapped the 3 hour. Thanks to Simone for the $100 donation. You know what it is, guys, over here, so. You know what I mean? I know you guys been waiting for me all morning. I know that for a fact. Y'all be waiting for me all morning. You know what I mean? And I came on a little late. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what it is. You know what it is, you know? So, you know what I mean? Big up to everybody same way. Big up to everybody same way. Let me turn on there. Sorry about the echo. Yeah, it's the weekend, so it's just a quick 2-hour show, but you don't know what's up. It's 3 hour. So we love you guys. Thanks to everybody that definitely check in on the platform. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. Tomorrow evening we're gonna be doing a show. I'm gonna start that show 10 o'clock. Right? I'm gonna start the show 10 o'clock tomorrow night because we're gonna go straight into my birthday for 12 o'clock for Monday. Cause like I told you guys, Monday is my birthday. So tomorrow night we're gonna start the show like 10 o'clock. It's gonna be a late night show. I'm informing you guys from now on. Tomorrow night the show is gonna be a 10 o'clock show, whereby we're gonna do a 3 hour straight in or 4 hour straight into my birthday. Cause you know when the clock strike at 12 o'clock tomorrow, it's my birthday. So you know what it is. See, I get yourself together, set yourself for tomorrow's show right here at 10 o'clock. We're going to be doing a show. Peace and love. I want to say thanks again to Simone for the $100 cash, Zelle donation. Thanks to everybody that definitely came through. I hope you guys was informed with the analysis and the autopsy and the doctors and so forth. You know what I mean? It's a different show today. And definitely, we love you guys until tomorrow night. Thanks to the birthday greetings from Early Lee. Lily, you know what it is. Like I said, remember, tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., we're going to be going straight up to my birthday. So love you guys. You don't know what it is, you know what I mean? Peace and love to everybody. Okay, guys, so you don't know what's up. Big up everybody. Peace and love. I love you guys. I ain't gonna cap. Really love you guys, all right? Once again, thank you to Simone for the $100 Zelle donation. Peace and love until tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Remember, 10 p.m. You guys know what it is. We out. Peace and love, guys.
Brooklyn, New York, Wagwan is all about Miss Spotlight Zalima presents the return of royalty. Yes, the return of royalty.
And she's royal.
Saturday the 31st of May, our road leads to Club 718. That's 922 Remsen Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to all the royal women and all the royal men. Mark this down on your calendars. You cannot miss this one. Admission tickets is only $30. Make sure you get there early. Music provided by Natty Samuels, DJ Neville, Superlex, Unity Family, and Selector Fry. Remember, it's all about the return of royalty. Saturday the 31st of May 2025. Miss Spotlight Zalima, we doing it again.
Give thanks, me alive, yeah, the blessing does a flow upon me.